It worked fine the last time I touched it.
By the way, did you guys, McLeod, you said you already downloaded all the tiles off of that shared site, right?
No, I couldn't get it to actually download for whatever reason.
Okay.
I have a feeling it's because I was trying to download them all at once and it wouldn't start the download.
I was able to finally get them if you were to do a little bit at a time. Internet Explorer took a long time for it to work. I used Firefox and I finally got them.
Yeah, I used Firefox, but I couldn't ever it got stuck on preparing download and never actually started.
Yeah, that you have to let it sit because that preparing download does take a while. It will eventually go, but if you were to reduce the package size just to maybe
Yeah,
one
if I download them,
segment.
I said I marked the site and I figured if I ever need pieces, I would browse and download them as I needed them.
Yeah, there's so much there's a lot and a lot of nice looking things there too. They have there's probably about 100 pre-made rooms, buildings, etc.
I've got a lot of them right now just sitting on my computer.
Okay.
They're incredibly useful to have. They save me a lot of work.
Yeah. For MechWarrior, I have quite a bit of street tiles, building tiles. I just don't know how large it's actually going to turn into.
Well, it doesn't matter. As long as they're big, you can shrink them down. It's the little ones you have to make bigger that are the problem.
I mean the actual size. If it's going to take up, you know, a gig or so worth of bandwidth or a gig of memory.
My original maps were like that, with lots of little individual images, and they seem to work all right.
Okay.
It's all the complex corners that are missing, by the way, Claude.
It worked fine when we ran it the other day.
Alright, I killed some of your complex corners, and that's working. Especially rounded shapes. Like
you
you
can
had
probably kill all the corners right now if we're just going to sit on that map for now.
Well, it's because I'm looking at the whole map, and there's so many complex corners and shadows.
It wasn't laggy for you guys last week when you ran it, was it?
Yep, it was.
Yeah, Bunko turned 2 years old on Neptune.
Yep.
Okay, I'm kind of lost because I'm connected to the server.
We all see that high disk right now.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I have my resource library at the right, and I just want to make sure I'm in the correct mode. Do I need to just close the resource library?
Oh yeah,
you can leave
just
it
killed
open,
some
it won't matter.
VBLs, and now it's much better. Too many VBLs on one page, but.
Okay.
Sorry, the complex map was massive. All just one great big map that I found online. It's like, oh god, I have to use this somehow.
Alright guys, so you just killed Elias RK and you found a crystal, and here you are. Alright, Star said he was eating.
I'm back. I can't see anything though.
If anyone else is curious, this is the map that we use.
Current map, current view. Okay.
There we go.
Yay.
Oh god, there's two of me.
I don't know why there's two of you. Alright, there's now one of you. You cloned somehow.
Valson, fight Dark Valson, go!
It will happen eventually, I guarantee it.
Just sit in the corner and hide behind your shield and you'll be fine.
That's okay, we all know that as soon as on turn 1 they'll both cast fire resist and they won't be able to hurt each other at all.
Yeah.
Alright. Icebones, you're probably in town, because I don't
That's
remember last time.
Yeah, I couldn't be there last time. I had to go out of town unexpectedly.
Just the last two sessions, actually.
Oh,
I think.
you're recording Icebones?
Yeah.
Okay, well I don't need
He wanted to record for his stream too. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm actually streaming it straight to the Aces YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll
So-
just keep a local copy then anyways for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's cool. And
Alright.
if it doesn't work then you'll have your copy to upload if mine crashes or something.
Oh shoot, it's recording the wrong monitor. Moment.
Okay, so edit out the part where you had the bad things on the screen. We got it. Okay.
Oh, it's just you all talking. There's nothing bad on it.
All right.
Just stuff Bunko wants to see. Okay.
Well, I don't want to see McLeod's anime porn.
You've got your own to look at, right?
There's an anime background. I wouldn't call it porn.
Anyway,
There we are. Now it's the right map.
all in the ruins of the ruins of Arcade. So, what do you do now?
Look for an 88 XP creature.
Yeah, you're so
Valson.
close, Star.
Valson spots a rat right across the floor.
I
There
don't think
is-
they're worth 88.
There technically is that giant slug.
A large marsupial rat prowls out.
Yeah, it's like you approach the room and Mr. Giant Mana Slug appears again.
That's okay. Valson's out of spells. He's uninterested at this moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I don't really care if the thing starts sucking spells because I'm not gonna have any left.
It's not interested in you if you have no spells.
Yeah, but he's colossal sized now.
Yeah, he's like humongous. Anyway,
Ratchet, what have you wrought?
we shall meet him again. Yes, we shall. All right. Temporarily, I'll keep playing Ratchet and myself because we're not out yet. So, is there anything else you wanted to do in here before heading back to town?
I'm sure Ratchet
I
wants
don't
to
have any
take one of these.
visual.
I don't know why we stuck, Hythos. Just go and try again.
Go to complex mode.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
loading it. He's at 28 to 29, he said.
Okay,
Yeah,
it just
try-
popped up
try-
actually.
Okay.
One thing Valson would do before leaving is, I guess he would get a torch or something flammable from the library that is currently on fire, and he would bring it to the other study, and he's basically just burning all of the research.
If you guys are curious, here's the guys you didn't fight last time, but you could have. Forges were going to make those, but they didn't actually do it.
Probably a good thing.
One moment.
God's phone is ringing. Anyway, alright, so you've acquired a new crystal. And Rowson is torching all the studies.
Yep.
Alright. So the place quickly begins to fill with smoke, so I'm assuming you'll get out of there. Yeah?
Yep.
Am I in here yet or not yet?
You are probably in town as well. I don't
Okay.
actually you were in the first adventure, weren't you?
Yeah, outside where the mushrooms were.
Did
I
you?
don't think so.
I don't think you weren't even here for the shade adventure, shade part of the adventure, were you? No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so you probably ate a bad mushroom and were outside puking or something. But the place is filling up with smoke, so everybody gets out.
Ratchet doesn't want to pick up any of these dead robots anywhere.
Alright, sorry, they're asking me about food. Alright. So, you are outside the ruins of Arcade, and smoke is billowing out as the whole place goes up in flames. What would you like to do now? Go back to town? Visit the Phoenix people again? You have like approximately 2 weeks to go until your ship repairs are completed. Or ship retrofits, I guess you should say.
If it's going to be that long, if someone wants to, we could have R&R at the Phoenix Town, or we could just head back to the Elven City, since it's
Well,
been
your
a while
ship's in the
since
Elven
we're-
City, so it's up. I mean, it's up to you.
That would
but
be Alessiel if everyone was wondering about the name.
that's serious.
We've been away for a while. I would vote that we head back, check on the progress.
If I can buy more stuff there, let's go.
All right.
Also tries to determine if there were air quotes around the word "buy."
Well, 5-finger discount. Did we need to roll off on any of that?
I
Absolutely.
think Ratchet and you had to roll off on Pool of Endless Rope, and I think that was the only conflict. If I remember properly.
Did you want to take anything off that loot, Hythos? I know you're interested in large diamonds.
I did not see the list. Was it written down somewhere, or was
It's
it on
on
the
the
webpage
it's
and I
on the
missed it?
spreadsheet, the very leftmost panel.
Okay, hang on.
And suddenly everything is contested.
He has enough money to do so if he really wants to.
There were,
I think I
She
won
won
Pool of
that.
Endless Rope, but
there were some spells that we need to discuss whether it would need gems whether it will need gems or not.
In general, no. Use the gem if you want to, but in general, any spell that says it requires an expensive material component, if you're anywhere close to a town, you can just spend gold and assume you found it.
But how
But
much are we wanting to enforce the? How much are we wanting to enforce that? I mean, obviously, if there's a spell that's very special that says it requires 50,000 gold to do this one little thing, clearly that's. I guess it just depends on how far we're wanting to enforce that.
In general, most DMs will not force you to have a specific item. I am not one that will. Provided
Okay.
you have a spell component pouch and you have whatever amount of gold it takes, you can just spend the gold and act like you had it.
Well, that's my point. If the spell does say that it needs 10,000 gold worth of diamonds, yes, I can follow that because wasn't that for True Resurrection? But with regards
I think
to
True
something
Reaction
else,
is 25,000, but yeah.
okay, right. So with regards to something else that would be more or less trivial, is that going to be
Any
enforced
kind of
or do we
item
not
that
care?
has no GP cost, like say a pinch of bat guano, can basically be ignored. As long as you have, provided you have a spell component pouch.
Sure. Well, okay. So then, what if I guess is there
It is assumed that you restock that whenever at any available opportunity, and that you'll never run out of it, provided you have your pouch.
okay? I'm just trying to get an
Otherwise-
idea for the
Otherwise, we're
threshold.
constantly spending time saying, "Can I find bat guano here? Can I find a pinch of this?"
Yeah, I follow. With regard, I think one of the things I had a question about was there was a bust, the ivory bust of a high priest.
Yes.
What was the size on that?
It'll be about your standard book size,
Double-
so about the size
double
of your
D.
head.
Double D.
Yes.
Be the typical like plaster bust you'd find on like a bookshelf or something like that.
Okay, but this one's an ivory bust. Okay.
Yeah, it's ivory, that kind of thing.
Alright, some of you are wounded. You're back. You have arrived back in the Elven City of Elesiel. What would you like to do now?
What time is it?
It is approaching dusk by the time you return.
I'm not here with all of you, so I'm over here somewhere. Probably in the castle.
Yeah, I'm off somewhere too.
This has been like the most draining adventure so far. So Falson's probably just going to head back to the airship and like pass out in his quarters.
Ratchet goes back to the airship and attempts to do some work, but collapses at his desk.
He collapses?
From exhaustion.
Oh. I walk over Ratchet and continue on to the end.
All right, you find yourself at the inn, Bunko.
I forget who the people were here, but I asked for a room.
Oh, we have rooms available. 15 GP per night.
Okay, that comes with food or not?
It comes with a meal of stewed lamb.
All right, that sounds good with me. Any sake?
We are fresh out of sake.
Damn. All right. I'll order the.
Would you like your food in your room or in the tavern? Or
No.
not, well, not in the tavern, but you know.
I'll have it at the tavern.
All right, they bring your food out. It is steaming hot.
All right. I just start to eat and I examine the. I watch the people that are in the tavern with me.
There's a
Human
redheaded
Wars, your
serving
birthday,
lass,
so happy birthday.
and there's a shady guy in the corner. And there's a rich guy at 2 tables down. A rich looking dwarf. Other than that, there aren't any weapons. He's like wearing ritzy robes.
I pick up my food and I go sit next to the rich dwarf and I stir up a conversation.
I be visiting here, lass. What be your business here?
Well, I got a ship in dock getting worked on. Just
What kind of ship?
a big ship. I don't know what the hell it is. What kind
Be
of
it
ship do we
based on
have?
steam tech, or be one of those?
You have a
Those-
62-ton salvage vessel, essentially.
I have a 60-ton salvage vessel.
There be much salvage out in the seas.
Yeah, we've pulled some stuff out of it. What brings you here?
I have been delivering shipments of iron to the local blacksmith. I'm a merchant of sorts. I deal in all kinds of goods.
Really? What merchant is this?
You're asking, like, what he sells? What do you mean, what merchant is this?
Well,
he said he was delivering to the blacksmith.
Yeah, but I mean, what's his name? What's he do? Stuff like that. What's he make?
I be Kettlegorn, but I deal in all many goods. Whatever is profitable at the time. But right now, I've just delivered some iron. I have a couple other trips to make. I'll be picking up new stock here. I gotta search around and see what's for sale.
So you just
I don't have that many goods at the moment, but I have one. Well, to be said, I have much gold free, but I have to find some goods first.
Yep. Do we have any of that ironwood shit anymore, or will we sell it all?
It was all
you
sold, I
used
believe.
it to plate your ship with.
Oh.
Yeah, we used some of it to plate the ships. Adamantine was used to plate the Swift. Ironwood or Darkwood was used to plate the Salvager's Luck. The remainder was sold, and you already received your cut of the profits for it.
All right. So you just travel around to all the ports, selling.
Yes, from port to port. I have a small vessel. Enough for my goods. I deal in mainly high quality materials, not bulk volume. You see, just high quality merchandise that would be used for very nice high end goods. I don't need much storage space for such goods. I just need enough to carry my high value merchandise. Sorry, I'm making this guy up on the spot. So.
So how long are you in town?
2 days. my transaction goes through, and I can search around for some more merchandise to sell as well. Yourself?
I'm gonna be in and out for 2 weeks, getting the
She
ship
orders a
ordered
tall
on,
pint of ale from the serving maid.
and yeah, in and out. We're just looking around for some work over the next 2 weeks that we're here.
Work, you say? What manner of work?
Going out, finding things, killing things, you know.
Oh, I have not much need for that variety of work. I'm more of the merchanty type. You know, I go around and I find goods, but I don't have much need for killing, so to speak. The lands around here are quite peaceful around town, anyhow. The woods might be more dangerous, but I don't go into the woods.
Yeah, I try to stay out of the woods too. I don't been in the woods too long around here.
Does anyone else want to do anything while we're going through this? As a offer.
Lily is inside the castle. Whether or not she's still undergrounding is up to you.
Oh. You're probably not grounded, but the queen calls you to before her. A page comes up and tells you this.
Okay. Yes, I'll go to see her wherever that would be.
In the throne room.
You can receive me in the throne room. This could be bad.
Yep. So the page brings you through into the throne room. The queen is sitting on her throne in front of you.
Okay.
Lilian Thalassa, I have something to discuss with you.
Yes, mother?
It is time you took a husband.
Oh, God.
I know of a druid.
He shall be arriving in about 2 weeks' time. You have never met him, but it is a very, very good match for you. I guarantee. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking in my dwarven voice with the queen.
I was gonna
I
say,
just started
when
doing
did
that.
she become dwarven?
Oh, sorry about that.
Dwarves are already corrupting her. Okay,
That's who you're gonna be marrying, the dwarven ambassador,
Oh,
to seal
God.
the
I hope not.
peace.
Lasios. His name is Lasios. He's from a neighboring tribe in the woodlands.
but I've never met him, mother.
Oh, but it will be a political alliance.
And if I were to refuse?
You don't have a choice in the matter, my dear.
Very well, mother. I will go, think about this in my room.
All right. Anyone else? Icebones, what are you up to?
Sorry, you caught me at a mouthful.
Oh, sorry.
I assume I'm at the inn. Don't know where else I
Okay.
would be, considering I was separate from the party.
You order any drinks,
Actually,
special
or,
drinks, etc., etc.
Just sitting there with an ale. Nothing spectacular.
Okay. Starlancer?
I'm asleep on the ship, trying to regain my my energy after pretty much expending everything.
Pythos? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were sleeping.
Well, I'm not going to be drinking. We know what happened when that occurs.
Well, is that what your character does when he comes back?
I was interested in what was the cost on a small bag of holding something that would be enough to hold a good volume of gems, or should I just
It's
get
dusk. All the shops are closed at this moment.
Okay, never mind then. I guess I'll just go and bunk out. Not bunk go, but sleep.
He goes and hits up Bunko.
That costs money.
All right, so it sounds like everybody is just passing the night.
How much?
Oh, Bunko, you have a proposition.
20 gold.
Wow.
You could pay for my room.
Is there kind of like a ghetto or a rundown area that I could go find somebody? I'll pay Bunko the 20.
This is like an upscale town.
Oh, okay, never mind.
There might be a rundown area like outside the walls.
There conveniently is a rundown area outside the
There
walls on the map.
conveniently is this little spot here, but
Nah, that's all right. Elves wouldn't like Bunko.
Wow. Those houses look more blobby than square on the map.
made of like leather skins.
Probably like tents or something.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay,
Heiko
alright.
spends the night with Bunko. What I'm understanding.
No,
You don't do that? Okay.
no.
Alright, so we pass the night. It is the next morning. Unless you had something else you wanted to do in the inn, Bunko.
Nah, I'm good for now.
Okay. You pass the night. It is the next morning. "13 days remain until your ship is fixed."
It's also worth noting, if you guys want to do any modifications to the interior of the ship, you can probably do that at the same time.
For free?
Well,
there'll
they
be a
already
cost
have people
associated.
working on the ship. There'll be a cost, but probably do it during the same time frame.
Alright, I have this idea for a love lounge.
And you got to get it approved by the captain.
Who's the captain is a better question than what that was, Athens.
Is it
Is
worth
it-
noting that there appears to be many duplicates of us roaming around this
Be
town?
quiet. That's just duplicates. Forget you saw them,
Pick
okay?
one and move it to the inner ring. All other duplicates will be deleted.
All these duplicates, like, pretend they don't exist.
We're gonna put all the tokens in the bottom right. Take the one you want to keep and put it somewhere else in the city.
Well, the newest ones are the ones that are damaged. That's why I took those.
Oh, we actually had Lily's new one. Oh, I'm gonna take that then.
These ones are the ones that are the newest because they came off the other map. So
Lily's is out of date, anyways.
I'll put you in the square for now. That's the one that Lily had on this town map. I don't know where hers is.
It's probably
Anyway.
the new updated one.
Next morning, Bunko, you wake up in the inn.
With Hythos?
Hythos is not there. Hythos, I'm assuming you got a room as well, or did you stay on the
Were we
ship?
able to get back to the ship?
Yeah, you could have went back to the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bunko wakes up at the inn. Starlancer, Valson, Hythos, and Ice. You went to the ship as well, right?
Sure.
The three of you wake up in the ship. And Lily, you wake up in your palace room.
All right. Okay.
What would you like to do on this day?
They can go first, but then I'll be wandering around town to certain
All right,
shops
let's
too.
start off with Bunko. Bunko, you wake up in the inn. What are you doing?
I get my clothes on.
Okay.
and
You get dressed.
I
Bunko
What
sleeps
what
naked,
type of
right?
clothes are you wearing?
damn straight I sleep naked. What are you guys sleeping?
Are you wearing typical
I wear a princessly elven nightgown, as we discussed on a previous episode.
so are you getting dressed in your standard rogue clothes?
Yeah, with my hat disguise.
But you can say which one you appear like right now.
Yeah, what does it appear like?
I appear like. Let me get it.
Lightest four you can find.
Wow, why does your skin feel so much like leather?
Because of all the fireballs that I have to dodge.
She uses her hat of disguise to appear completely naked despite having clothes on.
You can do that. That's allowed.
There, that's me right there.
Wow.
Oh,
Necromancer chick. Necromancer
sexy.
got a chick.
Got a little dark last I saw.
Whoa.
Is there
That's
a
what
ladder
happens.
we're supposed to be able to see?
Huh?
I just put them next to us in the square.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I get my clothes on and I make my way down to the tavern or whatever it is, and
You enjoy your sleep?
yep, only got woke up once from a dwarf next door.
Oh yeah, the merchant comes out of his room. I snore quite a bit at night. It's okay. He thumps you on the
Personally,
back.
if Bunko wasn't so short, I'd vote this one.
From
L5R.
L5R. Yeah, okay.
So I
The dwarf heads out the door.
all right, I follow the dwarf.
Alright, Bunko is following a dwarf down the street. Starlancer, Icebones, and Cloud. Actually,
I
sorry.
am.
Starlancer, Starlancer, Hythos, and Icebones. Sorry. Cloud's a different spot.
I am going to be getting breakfast, probably. Like he'll head into town and find, I guess, the nearest tavern or whatever.
Alright, you find the Green Goblet.
Is this some place that I've been before?
Yes.
All right.
You've been
Well, I
before.
will. I'll go in and get a hearty breakfast.
They serve you, well, basically an egg sandwich.
Works. That'll be what I'm doing for a little while.
Alright. Icebones, Hythos.
I follow Star and proceed to eat breakfast as well. That sounded like a good idea. Although when served the egg sandwich, I ask, where's the meat? Have meat with breakfast.
Egg is meat.
Not when it comes to
Would
breakfast.
would you prefer a chicken sandwich? You probably could make that too.
There's a lot of doves flying
Yeah,
around.
so you can take a leaf out of Ratchet's book and get your own.
Yeah, you could do that. But
I didn't say I didn't need it. I just complained where was the meat? Like, the
yeah, I know.
mutton, sausage, bacon, whatever.
This is breakfast, sir. Those are such heavy meats. Though, for an additional fee, we could make some. We don't have any prepared at the moment.
And how long will that take?
15, 20 minutes.
Sure, why not?
Alright, they fry you up some steak for breakfast. You have steak and eggs.
Nice.
Now that's a breakfast for a dwarf.
Plus you
Thousand
tangled.
odds. Hythos busts
something
out
more
the Wheaties.
wholesome than steak.
Hythos hangs for a wholesome meal. We have some fresh salad that we were preparing for lunch that you could have.
Thousand
think
just
that's
like,
wholesome.
what
I
kind
think
of
that's just-
dwarf eats salad?
I'd look at him funny
I'm not
with the
sure I would
attitude of,
define
really?
salad as wholesome.
Oh wait, you said food and meat right above that. Never mind. Feed and meat. I'm sorry, I didn't see that because you changed your color. I'm blind sometimes. They offer to serve you the same thing, steak and eggs.
He doesn't change his color. It's just that
Being
the
as they already
emotes
have
are
the
always
eggs
green.
and they're making steak for Icebone or for Icebones anyway. All right, your served steak and eggs.
Hythos, if you're gonna emote, do it with your token and the little. Just make the
Does it-
asterisk yourself, because then the color stays the same.
I don't think it worked. Hang on.
I did it with Lily. It should work. You can't do the emote, but you can actually put the little star in like you're emoting yourself.
Oh, that. Okay.
Anyway, Lily, you wake up. Well, I should say you do not actually wake up, but your maid comes in and opens the drapes and says it's time to rise for a new day.
Guess I'll sigh and get up. Still considering the heavy things that have been put in my mind.
Oh! You should wear this dress. It's very pretty today. Which
Very
helps
well.
you get dressed.
Do I know her?
It's your lifelong maid.
Do I know her name?
Um,
I hope I do, if she's my lifelong maid.
Talia.
I don't know about this, Talia. The queen informed me of the news yesterday, and I just don't want to think about it.
Oh, it'll be all right. Everyone is nervous their first time.
Do you know this man?
Oh, he's very
Yes,
handsome.
I guess I can still say man when he's an elf.
Yeah, you can say it. He's
Yeah, I
quite
guess that-
handsome. But he does have some. I mean, he is a wild elf, so he probably has some odd tendencies. But it'll be fine.
You know why my mother insists upon this?
They have great expanses of land in the forest. I'm sure they offered some to your mother.
Congratulations, you've been traded for trees.
I could have said there's many mushrooms out there they like.
I think we all know this is going to go with the generic princessly runs away with the venturing party setting. How well that'll succeed, we'll find out.
All right. Alison, did you want to discuss cannons or whatnot for the ship, or discuss that with the party?
I guess he will broach the topic with those he is eating breakfast with. He'll say,
What do I
"While
have
we're
for breakfast? Do I get a breakfast?
you get a fine feast of fruits and vegetables.
What kind of fruits and vegetables?
With a couple of eggs.
That seems fine to me.
There's cooked mushrooms, and then there's failing to think of fruits and vegetable dishes now. A various display of elven fruits. How's that? I don't remember. I can't think of right now for fruits and vegetables.
Piccolo
Sorry.
in all colors of the rainbow.
The mushrooms do. All right, Allison.
Lily shall eat them delicately. Then we can go back to everybody else.
Yeah, I just broached the subject that I think we need more firepower or better gunners on the ship, and we have this staff that we're not using, and I think we should sell it.
Hytho slice.
Yeah.
Duh.
The dwarf just nods as he munches on his breakfast, apparently.
I'll be right back.
So both dwarves, blah, nod at you. Not a very talkative lot you're eating with, Valson.
Yeah, so he's grown to expect over the many months he's traveled with the group. He's fine with it though. He goes with it.
Can't talk
he-
and eat at the same time. It's not polite.
He suggests that maybe Hythos look into the arrangements, since he is the engineering sort and the salesman sort.
Oh God. I see where this is going already. He does obscure hand motions at you, Bowson. You think he might be casting a spell.
I know better. Yeah, yeah. As he just like he stuffs another biscuit into his mouth or something, and Valsa nods, like he understands, and that'll be that for the conversation, I guess.
Okay.
After breakfast, he heads out to the marketplace. But if
Well,
we
you
have
have to go to
anybody that
the
wants
shipyard to get the staff first, probably.
that's why I'm leaving it to Hythos.
Alright, you are the first to depart, so you arrive at the marketplace. It's bustling with people despite the early hour.
Let me see here. I am going to
Vendors call out about various wares as you pass. Diamonds! Diamonds for 1,000 gold only, sir! Diamonds!
quite a deal, I say as I just keep walking by, not really even paying attention to them. I remember where the magic shop was. I think it was something that was like interdimensional.
I remember where it was.
It was
whether
a hole in
it's
the
still
wall.
there.
You
so-
Like he,
could,
Yeah,
you could
I-
go look. But,
I make my way there.
it's still there.
All right, I will go inside.
Now, Foster has to.
Hythos with the
wow.
mic.
Yeah, sorry, I was using the control key to pan a 3D image.
Never again.
Foster has to now act like a gay mage.
Nobody said he's perverted, but yeah. Ah, yes. Welcome. We have many goods. Ooh, yes, sir.
Hello.
What can I do you for today?
Not much, I suspect.
Okay.
Unless, and he takes out a lesser crystal of arcane steel, you would be willing to pay for this.
Oh. And what is this? What is it? It's a crystal. It has a steely glint to it, but what does it do?
It allows the user, should it be used within a weapon, to channel magic energies through said weapon. It is quite a marvelous crystal. Not the sort that most mages deal with, certainly, but it is fairly rare.
Interesting. Are you looking to trade, or are you looking to sell?
I would be interested in perusing whatever crystals you might have, but probably just to sell.
Well, I do have this other one. He holds up one that sparks faintly of electricity. Electrical in nature, leaves off a shock. I'd be willing to trade.
I'm afraid I'm really looking for something more in the armor crystal range, but that is definitely a nice crystal.
Alright, fine. He examines the crystal closely. It looks out. I could give you 1,000 gold for this. That's exactly 50% value.
We'll say that we'll say that Alcin goes with that.
Alright, he trades you 1,000 gold for the crystal.
And
Unless
also,
you could throw something else in. Maybe a kiss. They're quite handsome.
you know, I have a friend that might be interested in that offer, but not I.
Yes, I know. The halfling. She was here before. I know.
They
She
spent
gets
a-
around.
they
She
She
spent-
doesn't
if
light
you know
my
what I mean.
fires, if you know what I mean.
Well,
But-
they did spend a night together.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh,
They did.
I've already sampled her goods. Not the best, if you ask me.
She gets around. Yes, I know what you mean.
I had this awful rash afterwards.
Well, it's a good thing you run such a well-equipped shop here. I'm sure you were able to deal with that.
Oh yes, at the earliest convenience.
Technically,
I
as
do-
a wizard, he wouldn't have the ability to. He could see a cleric.
Really?
Yeah, remove the a cleric spell. I don't think a wizard can cast it.
You wouldn't have like an object that could do that?
Wizards don't get
He
used
couldn't
magic
use
device.
it really, but
Okay.
but he has plenty of money, so.
I do have something else that I would like maybe to get an appraisal on. Something
Oh?
that I picked up in my travels, and I'd like to see if you could tell me anything about it that I'm may not already know.
Let's see this item.
Valson reaches into his waist pack that he keeps his tomes in, and he pulls out the tome of the Abyssal Smith.
Oh, that.
And he's going to see if the old perverted sage can tell him if there are specifically any negative effects with this. But he wants to know if he knows everything about this or not already.
He
And I'm-
peruses it.
I am very careful to keep an eye on this guy, and before I hand it to him, I say, before you open this, be aware that there is a magical effect imparted upon those who read this, and let's just say you'll have some knowledge that you didn't have before. I am
picks up
warning
his
him.
D20. Anyway, well, we shall see. He picks up the book and peruses the cover and the first page. It looks to have been written in Abyssal. I think that's what we said before, right? Abyssal.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the abyssal creatures, they normally extract something from their user in order to get what they want. I don't know about this book in general. Now, if I've go out with the brief perusal I have, if I were to keep it a few days, I might be able to tell you more. But I'd be very careful with an item like this if I were you. He goes with a glint in his eye.
Yes, so I have learned. A heavy price was taken from its last owner.
And who was that?
Oh, you.
How did you come by this?
Do I remember the name of the wizard? I remember the daughter, but I don't remember. I don't know if I was ever told his name.
Father. I don't think I ever told you his name, did I?
I know he went to
daughter
some
was Erin.
famous magic school, but it came from the home. Well, I should say the workplace of a smith, far to the, or not far to the west, but in the Phoenix lands, and
the Foera.
yes, he had
know of
some
them.
unfortunate dealings with
Very,
with some
very
demons.
attractive lasses in that town, yeah.
Valson smiles. Yeah, he agrees.
Oh, you noticed too, eh? He goes with his face leaning forward and a smile on his eye. Oh? So you noticed too, eh? There's some very attractive girls in that town.
Yes.
Very unique skill sets they have.
Yeah, you could say that. And he kind of waves back to the book to try to get the old man's
Oh,
attention
yeah,
again.
yes, the book.
So there's nothing specific that you could tell me about this. I know often that it requires a price, but Sometimes
as I
that
said,
price
I
is-
could keep this for a few days, and 500 gold. I could tell you more about it in a few days, probably. I'd have to study it. I can't tell you from just glancing at it.
Would Valsid know that there literally just has to be, or could be, a negative effect to this, or maybe the penalty could have been in giving the book to begin with, like, in the exchange?
The negative effect would likely come with the use of the book.
And he didn't notice anything the first time.
Nope. Well, he has to examine the book. He had.
Yeah.
I rolled for him reading the first page, so.
I will. Let's see here. You know what, my friend? This is a very dangerous book, and it provided that you are careful with it.
I doubt
I-
it could pierce my mental acuities.
Provided that you were careful with it, I would be willing to pay 500. I would caution, caution in this case. The last owner, he didn't end too well. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, I guarantee you, I take the utmost caution when I probe devices.
Yeah, Valson's a little concerned, but he needs to
That's what he said about
figure
the
out what
rash.
this is. Yeah, I'll hand him the book and I'll give him half of the gold now.
All right. If you come back tomorrow and give me the other 250 gold, I will continue tomorrow.
All right, I will see what you have to say tomorrow. And
He gives you a
Dawson
wink
will
as you leave.
yes, Dawson just kind of shudders a little bit and walks out.
Is Valson even attractive? What's his charisma score?
I think he is actually.
14
Yeah, it's about
Well,
really
still,
attractive.
that's not too bad.
isn't average 12.
Yeah,
Average is
average
10.
would be 10 to 12.
So you're slightly attractive. I wouldn't call it mega attractive. That's like 18, but you're handsome. All right, Funko,
I'm following the dwarf.
you're following the dwarf. Hythos. He doesn't have the staff. The staff's on the ship. Probably have to go and retrieve it. You were going to go sell it, last I heard. Using your engineering and salesman skills.
The only one that has visited
You were
the ship
discussing
that I know
it-
of is Ice Bones.
Those three went to the ship, but he didn't discuss it with you until you went to eat at a nearby tavern. So you probably have to go back, pick it up. All right, you return. The ship is being bustled all over by workmen of all types, retrofitting it with enhanced armor. But you can still get inside because the inside isn't being touched at the moment. I don't think, right? I think it's all out external stuff we're doing. Right, Cloud?
I think we upgraded the framework of maybe
Did
the
you-
small ship.
The armor plating was upgraded. No one did anything with the frame or hull.
Yeah, you haven't done anything with the middle, with the inside, so it's fine on the inside. Yeah. All right, so you get inside and you you retrieve the staff. Where do you take it to sell?
The note falls deep, but Sarah is probably around somewhere too. Know where she would be because if she's on the ship, it's awfully noisy.
She'd probably stay on the ship. She's shy, right? Yeah. They're not inside the ship, so she's staying on the ship.
I imagine they can't be working on all the decks at once.
Do we have an idea of where the better magic shops are to ask about this to see if anybody would be interested in buying it?
You might even want to try the castle. Like the royal family might actually be interested in something that powerful.
Is that what's on the northwest?
That's where
Or
Cloud
is
is
it
in the middle.
center?
The center island
Okay.
is the whole place is technically a big, for lack of a better description, yin yang thing, cut
Yeah.
off in the middle, and then the very center on its own island is the castle.
All right,
This is the closest map I have that approximates that.
that's fine.
All right, so you take it to the castle.
Yeah, why not? We'll start there and see what they'd have to say about it. Actually,
you take a
I
ferry
that
to
back.
get there.
Where's? Let's go to a magic shop first. In fact, that'd probably be just to see if there'd be any interest there. That way, nobody at the castle's going to say, "Yeah, we'll take that off your hands."
It's also worth noting that it is a holy staff, so the church would probably be more likely to buy it.
Yeah, but if
Because
they have a whole bunch
a
of
wizard
people
would
that
have
can...
no use of it whatsoever.
Do you visit the Pervy Wizard shop that Valson just left? Or do you visit...
Well, I thought we were actually already there too with it and to sell it, but I guess
Valson was
if we were
there,
not.
but you haven't gone there as far as I know.
Okay, I thought I was tagging along. I'm sorry.
You
Okay,
didn't
so
mention you were. So.
God help Hythos if he goes in there because he has 17 charisma.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he's a
Let's start
dwarf.
off with the church and see what they would offer.
Okay. The church is
Although,
to Ialia.
hold on. That probably wouldn't be the best idea because they're going to say, "Well, we haven't gotten any tithing from you for a while. Why don't you just give it to us?" So that'd probably not be a good idea as well.
Depends whose church you go to.
Up to you.
Okay.
Where are you going, Hythos?
Well,
You're by
let's
yourself,
not
so
go to
you
one-
can't discuss this with everybody.
wait, I didn't hear you.
You're not with everybody else, so you can't really discuss with everybody. I mean, where would you take this to?
Well,
Valson entrusted you with selling it.
very well. We'll go to the Church of the Often Dead, recurring dead.
The often dead. I don't think that's a god in our world. This town has a church to Ialia, one to Carlon Leviathan. And I think, what's the other one? Veru? Or Neru that has the other elf god? The death god?
We don't
Death
have.
Actually, I think he's neutral.
What was our rapport with the castle then? Just to double back
Last
on
I
that.
heard, you all hate her because she didn't pay you well.
Okay. What was this area up here?
That's nothing special at the moment.
Okay.
Don't pay super attention to the map. We're just using it
Yeah.
as a
Okay, that's
tool.
fine. Yeah, there was somebody we had heard recently by the name of Dimitri that needs that's in dire use of resurrection.
A trans-dimensional resurrection.
Yeah.
What the hell
Unfortunately,
is a
Cross-
sea bill?
That would
unfortunately, the
consume
sea
all
bill of
charges.
an undefinite value is probably worth next to nothing in the D&D realm. Though the paper it's printed on might be nice.
Alright, Hythos, where do you go?
Okay, so if we're not on good terms or if we don't have a favorable opinion of the of the aristocracy here, then
So you do have someone who is in the family, wink wink, but anyway.
uh,
Lily is
Lily,
technically the princess.
yeah. Well, I guess we could talk to her. See
Not
what
that
she would
I've been
have to
getting
say
along
about
well
it, and
with my
see if there's
mother.
anybody that she'd recommend.
Right now, Lily probably hates her mother.
Yeah, whether it be within the royal family or
Not that
elsewhere.
any of you would know that, as no one has come to talk to me, and I
Yep,
haven't
no one
gone
has
to talk to anyone.
come to Cloud yet.
As far as I know, you're not in the town yet.
Alright, so
Okay.
you come up to the palace gates and there's 2 guards. What do you say to the guards? Halt! What is your business here?
So it would be Lily that I do not know is, or is it the? I didn't get the connection there. What you meant that we don't know.
I am not aware that anyone is back in town.
She wasn't with the party, so she doesn't even know you're back in town yet.
But we would know that Lily is at the.
You know
at
that
the
she
castle.
lives at the castle most of the time. If
I
she's
see
not
Guardians
stealing
with-
out of the castle.
Lily.
It's Cloud's character.
Yeah.
Lilian Thalassa.
Lily had asked that we return to
The
to
princess?
raise audience.
What business do you have with the princess? Gives you the eye.
She requested us.
Hard bias
I've
against
not been
dwarves.
told of such things. What
Well,
would
then
a
I should be-
dwarf have we want to do with her?
If you've not been informed of it, then perhaps I should be speaking to your supervisor instead.
He whispers to his other guard friend who goes into the palace with a story about a dwarf who they're currently in negotiations with war. Wink, wink. To the queen. You're standing around talking to the other guard at this moment.
Wouldn't they have already? If we had already been here to speak to the queen, wouldn't they have? Assuming that these were regular guards, wouldn't they have recognized me from before? Or if that be the case, then why
No.
was it that I would have been allowed in the castle?
You're not in the
previously?
castle. You're at the gates on the outside of the castle.
Yeah, they should remember.
You're like
I
here.
thought-
Right.
He burned
did-
down
Yeah, you
the
burned down a
castle.
room last time you were here, so you don't think you want them to be the same ones.
Well, but that's my point. If I had been inside, then at least somebody would have recognized me.
That may be a bad thing.
Last time you came in a big group with Lily. Now
Now-
you've come alone.
And now we try to figure out how Valson has an excuse to catch up to Hythos.
A few minutes later, a much bigger party of guards shows up and saying they will escort you to the queen. Probably about 12 guards.
Well, why would I need to speak with the queen when it was Lily that had requested me?
You do not just walk in and request to talk to the princess of the realm without seeing the queen. So you
Very
are
well.
escorted before the queen. You are like the short dwarf amongst a whole lot of tall elves. Basically, they just surround you.
All right.
Okay, so you're brought before the queen. 3 or 4 guards flank her in defensive positions. The other ones stay around you. Short dwarf, what brings you to the castle today? Why would you ask about my daughter?
Wouldn't she remember me? Or
I
is-
do not believe you met the queen in person.
weren't we all in front of the queen when they ordered us a?
You're
probably
short.
were.
You probably might not have been seen,
And you probably didn't do any talking.
and you didn't speak. So
I think he was a part of the original party that got that offer.
I was, and they gave us a voucher in the end.
What's
Fairly
that
certain
given to
it
you
was,
as a group, though?
It was only like 4 of you. I think it was like Star, Recluse,
Me.
Bunko was there, Ratchet was there. I think you were there too. Like those.
Well, I can't remember, so this is the situation now. So,
All right.
how do you
The
respond?
queen has Alzheimer's, okay? She can't remember you.
That and you're a dwarf. All dwarves look the same to her.
Sure. She had sent. It was she that had sent us off to defeat the Lich, correct? It was by her order.
After we saved their town, actually, Hathos.
Yeah. Lily had
He asked
requested.
you as a party to go defeat the Lich. And
Lily had
Anyone
requested that I seek audience with her upon returning from other
Ask
dispatchments.
Kythosa, what's your bluff skill?
Oh God.
that's if you're trying to say something that is not true, it is bluff.
Charisma.
Didn't she already say that she needed us to come back? So that's what I was understanding.
As
Cloud
far
has
as
not
she
said anything.
knows,
As
I
far
have
as the
no idea
queen
that you're
knows.
back in town, so I would have no reason to have requested your presence.
So roll bluff.
Wasn't it?
We weren't operating on behalf of the royal family this last mission.
Since you defeated the Lich, you have been on your own after that. So this was not a request from the royal family or anything like that. Four.
He has his charisma, but yeah.
I do not think I believe you, short dwarf. My daughter would not have anything to do with you. I don't believe so, anyway.
Wasn't it
I
who healed
think-
her up after she was struck in by the Lich?
Yeah, but my mother doesn't know that.
I'd spend the time to
Why are you
delicately
really
explain
here?
to her that's what had happened.
That has nothing to do with this current situation. Why are you here? And why are you seeking audience with my daughter, who you have no reason to talk to right now?
He's actually the
Wait.
dwarven ambassador.
Well, short dwarf?
It had been previously made known that she was interested in acquiring certain items of healing power.
Bluff again.
Wasn't that the case?
Anytime that you try to say something that is not true, it is bluff.
If you're trying to convince someone that you're saying the truth, that's Diplo.
Yeah, but I think
Which I don't
Hythos
have either.
is asking
Yes.
if those actually were
Well-
happening.
In convincing
that's also a
someone
partial
that something
question
is-
because
Diplo isn't for telling the truth. Diplo is trying to improve someone's opinion of you. If you don't have Diplo, you can't change their attitude towards you at all.
Yeah, but Hythos' point is the questions he's asking is he thinks this is really what has occurred. He's not trying to bluff.
The other
Unless I'm
thing-
mistaken.
the character would have known something that I do not.
Somebody
whether-
needs to pay more attention.
Yeah. But that's regardless. That's not the situation that we're in right now.
Situation is you are before the queen, and there are lots of guards around you, and he's inquiring why you are there, and you're not answering her question.
Well, I'd have to rely on what the character would answer.
Evading the answer further would probably get you kicked out of the palace.
Yeah. Thanks, Valson.
Short story is she's not going to let you talk to her daughter. Now, whether Cloud walks around or happens to wander by around this time is up to him. It depends on what he does in the palace.
Being the news I just heard, I'd probably be avoiding the queen if possible.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, I don't know what else to say because there's stuff that I had missed that probably would be more.
all right, you get kicked out of the palace for not answering the question. You're escorted back to the gates.
All right.
Usually,
Well-
when the queen asks you a question, if you don't answer it directly, you're gonna get kicked out. All right, so you're back before the gates.
All right, then I guess I'd just go to anywhere else. It would be a good spot to sell a magical item, regardless of wherever it is. Since I personally, as myself, know very little about this, but the character would probably know more.
You can go to the merchant district, where Valson was. There's the perverted wizard shop. There's also a magic arms and armor shop.
Technically, there's a magic
Of
armor
which
shop,
I
a magic
forget what
weapon
we
shop,
named
and a
those.
magic ranged weapon shop.
Because Cloud had all those names.
I probably have them around here somewhere.
If you have that
Well,
list
I'll
again.
have to rely on the character's knowledge of where he thinks this item would sell best versus something that I would know.
If you were to buy such an item, you'd probably only find it in maybe a very pricey bazaar, or maybe a church, but the price would be exorbitant.
The best place to sell it would have been the church you just got, or the palace you got kicked out of.
What was the reasoning that
For getting kicked out, you were
No,
escorted before the queen,
the
and
pervy wizard place? Sorry, the pervy merchant. What was the general consensus that people did not like him?
you'd have to ask the party members. Didn't go to seek him or see him. People seem to have cringed a bit when they walked away from his shop, but that's about it. I don't think anybody talked about their experience afterwards. Best
Hey,
person to
guys.
talk to would probably be Bunko.
Where'd be the best place to sell this? What was your feeling of the pervy? Was it a wizard or what was the? Was it just a merchant or was he a wizard or a wizard shop?
If you're headed there, we would probably meet up because the castle was happening in the simultaneous that I was in the market. I would say that. Oh well, he's not quite your standard wizard. If you know what I mean. He's got some abnormal interests, the bunko kind, but he does actually have quite the extensive magic collection. So if you can deal with him,
Well, if he's interested in the bunko kind, then the staff would be right up his alley. No pun intended. Or pun intended, either way. But what about the
He's
prices?
also a wizard, and it's a divine staff. Putting it out, but
Didn't you say that he already that he also had divine elements, divine items there for sale?
he had one, but he didn't know why he had it.
if do you actually mention what happened at the palace?
Yeah, the bitch kicked me out.
Nelson just kind of listens to the story in horror. So they were planning for the war, were they? I'd offered to go up there myself, but I don't know that that it would necessarily be best to interrupt her today. maybe we should talk to Lily, if possible. See what she has to say. Did
That's
you
what he was
were you
trying
able
to
to
do.
see
On it
her?
later then.
Yeah, I know, but Valson doesn't know that. Like this is playing into the conversation. Like, did you see her while you were there?
No, they didn't let me. They blocked any chance I had asked.
Hmm.
You discern from his conversation that he failed to give a valid reason why he should see her.
He basically acted like the dwarf that we know. um. All right. Well, I think I've had some dealings with the queen. I think that I could probably talk my way to speak to Lily without uh, earning her ire. If you want to continue, uh, maybe asking around at the holy places to see where a good place to sell this might be. I could try to get in touch with Lily.
That might be a better option because I don't think any of these religious people, any of the churches are going to give us a fair price for it.
It's also
Well, you-
worth noting that Ratchet is currently in possession of the other one of a pair of sending stones, of which Lily has the other at the moment.
Ratchet is currently passed out on the ship.
Yep.
Are those unlimited use?
Once a day.
Once a day for 15 minutes.
All right.
Is this something that the party would actually have knowledge of?
You've used them before. Talk to Ratchet. I mean, you've seen Lily use them to talk to Ratchet, so you assume that Ratchets could go the other way. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Sit here while the DM has gone AFK. Dum dum dum.
I ransacked the town.
And because he's not here to stop you, anything goes?
Yep.
All right, that sounds fair.
The
All
next time.
NPCs are just caught in a stupor, in a bumbling stupor, and they can't move or react.
The next time Bunko goes AFK, however, things don't end very well.
Beautiful shape changer because they can take any form. How can that not end well? Lily is currently contemplating what item she could possibly use to escape. Her options are not coming up good looking at the D&D repertoire. Mainly because it is difficult to escape from someone when magic is involved. If Foster plays it that way. Step 1 would be to find something that blocks scrying, which is usually quite expensive.
All right. I'm sorry about that. Food arrived.
What'd you get us?
So, this is Long John Silver. But anyway. Where were we? Sorry.
It sounded like we were basically going back to the ship to use Ratchet's communicator to get in touch with Lily.
Oh? Really? Okay. Ratchet brings out the stones and activates them. You're now talking to Lily. Lily, their stones vibrate in your pocket.
And Lily.
Okay, I'm
Shut
going to
up.
excuse
Shut
myself
up.
from my maid and find someplace that's relatively secluded to talk to them.
Bye, Lily.
Hello, Lily. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Just one moment. Hear like a door slam. Okay, now I can talk.
Well, we have returned to town from our rather lengthy trip to try to find Thistle. I think that was the last she
Oh,
heard of
how'd
us,
it go?
wasn't
Did
it?
you find him?
Not entirely, no. And Valson will briefly explain the goings on.
I don't see why it took you so long. He's usually not that hard to find.
So he will explain that the Thistle that she sent us to wasn't actually Thistle. Like everything that basically happened.
Never said it was Thistle. Was there another Thistle?
You know,
The Thistle I know.
it turns out that the Thistle that you know is only a sapling of the true Thistle that we were looking for.
Oh, that's
But,
so. Was he of any help to you?
Eventually. We find ourselves now waiting for our ships to finish with their time in dry dock. We felt that we'd let you know that we were back in town, seeing as how you gave us the information for this quest. We also wanted to know the situation up at the palace. Hythos went up earlier today, and things seemed somewhat chaotic, and he was actually ejected from the premises.
Oh, really? I was never told he was here. Mother's been deep in planning about the. We haven't heard back from her Baster yet, but she always plans for the worst, and things are probably grim. But the way I hear it, I'm engaged to be married, so I've been a bit preoccupied. Not that I even know the elf character.
Well,
On that note,
congratulations.
you had a ship. You said, huh?
Yes, you've been aboard it. It's
Right.
where we met.
She had forgotten about this. Now she remembers, and now this could be of great interest to her at the moment.
In fact, on the subject of the ship, we had an item that we were somewhat interested in selling, but it's not really your normal kind of thing. It's somewhat hard to sell on its own, given the nature of it. And I explain the Staff of Resurrection. We were hoping to use the proceeds to actually upgrade the ship. Do you Hythos went to the palace in the hopes of possibly offering this for sale to the royal family, seeing as you probably have the means, and it would probably be very useful. But that sadly didn't happen.
Most of Mother's resources are going for the war effort right now. I'm not sure she could actually buy it at the moment. But it would probably be of great use to her, but I don't know if she could buy it.
Ah, well, it's probably a good thing that Hythos was kicked out of the palace then. I guess we'll probably just have to hold on to it for a while.
Is there anything else you need to know? Like, I'm supposed to be being fitted for my dress, and I can't exactly talk for long.
Oh well, I guess that's it. That probably concludes our business here. We'll be leaving as soon as our ship is ready. Uh, Thank you for all your help. And
When did you say you were leaving?
oh, it sounds like the upgrades will be done in the next, I guess, 2 weeks.
Right. 2 weeks.
He hears like the phone voice as somebody's always uses when they're jotting something down. Well, thank you for all your help, Lily, and we I know we all wish you well on your impending engagement.
Yep. You don't get a response. It seems spell has ended.
Yeah. Well, he hands it back to Hythos or Ratchet.
Oh,
Well-
yes, thank you.
I will turn to Hythos. It looks like we'll probably have to hold on to that for a while. Maybe we can sell it in the Dwarven or the Gnomish lands. And I guess that's it for this particular scene.
Could have probably sold it had you actually talked to the queen about it. Just saying. But
Well, from the conversation, I got the feeling that there was the possibility that something might be annexed instead of purchased, and the Queen has already kind of fucked us over once. So, as polite as Valson is to the royalty, he's not going to really be willing to give them the chance to screw us over again.
okay.
There's also an amount that the character would know that I would not, so I'm not caught up on everything. But that's regardless. That's beside the point.
Let's see, what other business do we have to take care of? Cloud, what are you doing during your day? Do you sneak out to town? Do you stay in the palace?
Lily is going to seek out a means of not being scryed.
Alright. How do you look for this?
I think she might go visit Gadget.
Okay.
So I make my way out of the castle. Any difficulties there?
Security has been heightened due to the possible war. So it's a bit more difficult to sneak out of the palace. How would you go about doing
I
so?
would prefer to not sneak out of the palace if possible, but are they going to stop me if I try to?
Yes. They stop you at the gates.
Right. I find the nearest window with sight lines of the ground. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Guards are the freaking fairies. I find the nearest sight line, the ground outside the castle, preferably not within sight line of any of the guards. I find such a place.
Find what? I'm sorry, you broke up.
I'm looking for the nearest window with sight line of about 60 feet round. Probably more than that. The bench door is like a couple hundred feet, I think.
You probably find a window, maybe in a lavatory or something.
Okay, well, I dimension door out, find the nearest cliff, summon Valeros, and fly to the town. Preferably down low through a cloud bank if possible to not be seen.
Okay. Do so, and roll dice, where my dice go?
Do I have to roll a fly silently check?
Trying to find my d20 so I can roll whether or not you were seen. Fine. As far as you know.
I'm going to seek out Gadget Shop.
Okay. In a few minutes, you find yourself there.
Okay, I'm going to politely knock and then open the door.
Ah, Lily, what brings you here? I've been working on this amazing new item.
Hello, Gadget. I'm seeking something to, be frankly, to help me avoid my mother.
Oh? What kind of thing?
In particular, I'm looking for something to not be fried.
Ah, that'd be a non-detection spell.
Being a spell, could you help me with that?
I probably couldn't cast it.
Do you have
I
any
mean,
items
definitely
of
not
that
any
nature?
permanent nature. We probably have one made, but the only person I know who could cast such thing would be the wizard, the court wizard,
Right.
or
The-
maybe that pervy guy in town. You met him before, right?
I did.
How far will he be willing to go for non-detection?
I guess Lily will visit the pervy wizard.
Dum 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 dum. Once again, ah, my dear. You walk the door. Are you enjoying the staff?
I have not had occasion to use it yet, sir.
But very long and rigid it was.
Yes, it's very bronzed, and I'm sure its fiery nature will come in handy at some point. I'm here. I've heard that you may be the one I need to talk to about a spell of non-detection.
Ooh, non-detection it is. How would you want such a thing? It prevents you from being scried, or located, or detected. And
Well,
Lily is abducted by the pervy wizard. After his spell's
he
down.
could try if he wants to. But yeah. Regardless of why I need it, it is what I seek.
Oh? Well, I could cast such a thing.
I would need it more on a long-term nature.
Permanent, you say? Much more expensive that would be. What would you be willing to offer for payment?
How much are we talking?
One moment while I look up how much this would actually cost.
Not sure you can even make it permanent, unless you say so.
I think you can.
He comes back with an enchanted chastity belt.
Why would he have that? He wouldn't want that. Queen might,
Yeah.
but I don't think he
He
would.
comes back with it. He's like, this vile thing is all that I could come up with to put the enchantment on.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Lily can't afford a permanency spell on such an item, so this could be weird.
You can always embezzle from the palace. It's technically yours to inherit anyway, so who cares if some priceless vase goes missing?
It may end up with that ending. Oh, there can't be any more mad at me, right?
It's the equivalent of raiding your own trust fund.
Oh, it would be quite costly for me to enchant such an item.
How costly are we speaking, sir?
A portion of my life force.
All right, so it takes experience.
Experience cost. Somewhere in the nature of 3,000 XP.
Ouch. Would you be willing to pay that, sir?
Well,
How much would this cost me gold-wise to purchase this?
if you wanted a price in gold, he thinks about it for a little while
While stroking his beard.
while stroking his beard and his staff, but you can't see that.
Good thing, too. Seeing him seem to be lost in thought of, sir, the price?
Now I have to look up magic item instructor rules class. Give me 5 seconds. That spell has 1 hour level duration. Is a level 3 spell. That little cast level 5 gives it a 5-hour duration.
In the meantime, anyone else here can feel to...
It would be somewhere in the range of 50,000 gold.
Oh, God.
Taking into account the cost for XP.
Would it be cheaper to get it once daily as a 24-hour duration?
Oh, fuck yes. That was the price for a continuous ring. Charges per day divided by 5, it would cost you 10,000 as a 5-hour duration once per day.
5-hour duration. What about for a 24-hour duration?
Let's see, that would be caster level of 24. 24-hour duration you're going to want continuous, by the way. Because that basically means it's continuous. Continuous is actually cheaper than the charges per day cost in that case.
You might want to ask for a scroll.
I don't see what good a scroll would do us.
Well, aren't you using this, just before you escape?
Yeah, but how that's gonna stop her from finding me endlessly?
No, like a scroll of whatever this is.
Well, I could use a scroll of whatever this is, but it's only gonna be good for 5 hours.
It wouldn't necessarily take you 5 hours. Like, isn't there a range on scrying?
No,
Really? That seems a little bit broken.
it very much is.
So you can scry from the other side of the world?
What
You know what
exactly
to
does that
scry.
give you? Like, the exact location or just direction?
GPS.
You can see and hear some creature which may be at any distance. If the subject succeeds on a will save, the scrying attempt simply fails. Difficulty of the save depends on how well you know the subject and what sort of physical connection, if any, you have to that creature. Furthermore, if the subject is on another plane, gets a +5 bonus on will saves. Being my mother, she probably can very easily find me in such a way.
Well, it sounds like you're gonna have to do something to lower the price.
That price is a bit much, sir. Is there any way I can get it reduced? Oh god, it's gonna go so badly.
Well,
How much does Lily actually have? Probably not very much, because I just bought that staff from him and that was most of my money.
sleep with the pervy wizard to get a ring of continuous non-detection.
Not willing to pay that price.
Yeah, you could go some lesser price, like maybe you could let him fit you for enchanted panties. I'm sure he'd enjoy that.
Panties of non-detection.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
You'd get groped, but it'd be better than the alternative.
She currently is not using her body slot. Actually, her torso slot is unused.
Aggressive non-detection. Have to be intimately measured.
What is he offering?
Well, I could probably give it to you for 30,000 gold if you let me measure you for a dress of it. Gets out a long measuring tape and snaps it. With a gleam in his eye.
I'm not sure
Of
she can
course, you'd have to be naked. His eyes bulge a little wider at that statement.
I'm not sure I would need an entire dress, sir. What about something just for the torso slot?
Well,
Chat, corset, cough.
I asked for the torso slot, so he can offer what he will.
well, we can all go with a corset, or a belt, or something more intimate.
A corset would be fine, sir.
Oh,
How much would you want for it?
30,000 gold.
30,000 gold.
20,000 if you go to something more intimate.
That could be like an intimate corset. Nobody said it had to be full bust.
If I accept 20,000 gold, would you be willing? I'll accept whatever design you wish as long as it's not visible from the outside.
Oh my. The corset actually covers absolutely nothing.
Well, it's going to be under the robe of mysterious conjuration. Ooh, yeah. Okay, for 20,000 gold. And
You could
Lily
sell
actually
off you could sell the staff that you just bought from him.
back to him who had just bought it from. I'm not sure he would even buy something he just sold.
For lesser value than what he sold it to you for. Of course.
I say go with the lingerie option.
Does he have 20,000 gold? That's the question.
Yeah, that is the question. Not sure if I do. Um,
What's her charisma, Cloud?
22.
Oh my. Or if you wish to spend the night. I've never had a princess before.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, sir.
Ah.
I would perhaps let you measure my upper torso if you wish for such an item, but that is the limit about what I'm offering.
Oh, girl, we were already discussing that.
Trying to see exactly how much gold I have. ...
Dot.
If I take nothing from the most recent loot list, I would have somewhere in the region of 13,000 gold. So I have to sell something else. What does she have that I could sell for like 7,000 gold? Probably not very much. He's going to sigh and put the Staff of Fire that she just bought from him 3 days ago back on the counter.
Didn't I just sell this to you?
Yes, you did, but I found myself in need of a different item.
You know, I don't have a returns policy for items. You have to go through normal selling
I am well aware of
procedures.
that, sir. I am willing to offer the standard half price.
Just so you know, Cloud, this spell is not a guaranteed non-detection.
Oh, it's not?
It is a caster level check, but
Is caster level or whatever it's cast at?
events, locations, blah 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 blah. The caster of the divination spell must succeed on a caster level check against a DC of 11 plus a caster level of the caster who casts on detection.
So we need to decide what level he is.
He's level 10.
That's it? Really?
Mm-hmm. Or I guess, well, he might be higher than that. Let me see.
'Cause the queen is probably easily in the 15, 16, 17, 18 range.
Yeah, but he's a merchant, really. We'll go with 13. That'll work. Which means, well, remember, it's not the queen who's casting it. It would be the queen's wizard. But it was nowhere near that level. But anyway.
Well, yeah, I put the Staff of Fire on the counter because I need something that does anything of that nature's effect.
And actually, me changing that level would change the price. The item is actually worth 78,000 gold.
God.
Has a continuous effect. 15,600 as a 13 hours per day single use item. Well, not single use, but once per day item.
How much does he sell, like, per scroll for these things?
For a scroll? Single activation spell completion is spell level is 13. 975 per scroll.
For a duration of...
13 hours. 24.
So, does Lee go all in for something that may not work, or something that may not work for 3 days only?
Your choice, lady.
For 20,000 gold, she will submit to the upper torso treatment.
She is a princess, he thinks to himself. Why are you bringing gyrocopters onto the stage? Why is there a vertibird? But I mean, you could think about it and come back tomorrow. You do have 2 weeks until this goes down. But
All right. He will think about the offer and come back the next day.
it's a 78,000 gold item as a permanent action.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive. To not be scryed, it is crazy expensive.
Alright, so the wizard is thinking about how he's going to make use of the situation. He could also probably cast it on you, but that would only have a certain duration. Might give you a head start.
Well, that's what I've used the scrolls for. I've had the scrolls, I can cast it myself.
Alright, rest of the party, what are you doing today?
I am out buying new caster shells, and I'm going to be enchanting them over the course of the week. And I'm also going to be working on my sword technique. That's sort of just today and then the rest of the week.
Okay.
Are we planning
Nelson
on
has
being here
locked
for
in.
2 weeks?
Or you could pay more money to expedite it. But
Expedite what?
construction. By hiring more workers.
At the moment, we really don't have a need for that.
Yeah.
Now, if a certain princess happens to come and ask us to need for that, that could change it.
Well, I don't know that we would necessarily agree to that anyway, because we'd be making an enemy of the kingdom.
I thought Valson was falling for her.
Valson has fallen for every female he's come in contact with so
That's
far.
kind of my point.
No, every Phoenix girl. There's a difference. It was all in
I
one
could have
town.
sworn he had fallen for Lily.
I don't know where that came in. He was just polite. That's his
Okay.
way.
Alright. The next day comes, unless someone else has something they want to do today.
I'm still stalking the dwarf.
Oh, sorry, you're following the dwarf. The dwarf goes down the street and then goes into a warehouse on the right.
Alright. I disguise myself as a small elven child, and I get closer to be able to hear.
You have that shipment of diamonds ready? Yes. We must deliver to our client.
Ew, yuck.
The one-time diamond
Yep,
shipment's come
yep.
up and he misses it.
You do not hear any of that. You hear, must deliver to client.
Alright.
Bunko cleans your
Do I,
ears out.
Do I see a way to get closer?
Where are you at right now?
I guess like outside the door or something like that, somewhere where I wouldn't be too engaged yet.
They're discussing toward the back of the warehouse. There's some crates between them. There are also workers bustling around the warehouse from time to time.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Bunko trips, falls, and makes a loud noise.
It's just
you should be happy you cannot auto fail skill checks. We decided that a while ago. I wish we could, but Cloud decided not to. So you're attempting to hide amongst the crates, right?
Yep.
Alright. Workers would be a commoner. Good. They don't seem to notice you. Even if a 21, it would still take like an 18 or higher on their roll to see you. So, because they have really shitty spot as commoners.
All right, I try to listen again, and
We have to
One
deliver
would
the
also
shipment by
assume
next
that-
week.
One would
But
also
we have
assume
to acquire them
commoners aren't
first.
talking about diamonds.
Well, that's the merchant talking to his suppliers and stuff.
One would assume his spot check or listen checks would be better than a commoner's.
True, but he might not be looking for Bunko at the moment. And he only has his back facing Bunko.
so he says it's about a shipment coming in.
And he has a shipment going out in about 2 or 3 days.
All right. Does he mention what the ship's name is or anything?
He said he told you earlier he had his own ship. So he doesn't really need to discuss it with them. He doesn't mention the ship's name in the course of the conversation.
Okay. So if I notice the conversation winding down, I'll leave.
Who's chanting in the background?
It's my daughter.
I just hear something. Alright, so you leave, maybe another hide check. Man, these rolls are not good today, Bunko. And the worker still doesn't see you. Anyway. Alright, you get out of the warehouse.
All right, I go to the magic shop.
the perfume magic shop?
Yep.
Okay. Ah, you. I had this nasty rash after I was with you last time.
Baby, I told you not to do that. She did it anyways.
Well, I have my needs.
I do too. What boots do you got in stock?
Boots. He gives you a slightly annoyed eye, and he searches through his shelves. Boots. Where'd my thing go?
I'm looking for slippers of spider climbing.
I don't have any of those in stock. So I do have a supplier. We might have something like that, but it would take a few days to contact him and find out. He's a dark elf. Don't tell anybody that.
Doesn't matter to me. Sure. Why don't you see if what he got in stock?
He said he tells you it will take several days to contact his supplier.
All right. What wands do you got?
Wands I do have. Yeah. I have a Wand of Ice Storm, or Levitate, Wall of Fire, right now.
Oh, Golem Strike.
Does not have one of those. Don't have a Wand of Golem Strike at the moment. Right now, you should be asking for a Wand of Cure Disease, the way I'm thinking. But I wouldn't have that either. But you should go to talk with the priests about it.
It wasn't me, man. It was that dog that you were screwing with.
Oh, I think it was you, you bitch.
I'm perfectly healthy, man.
He gives you the eye. Well, I'll get in contact with my supplier for the boots and let you know in a few days.
You got any necklaces?
Necklaces. Where's their plane just came across? Oh my. He sorts through his boxes. I have this lovely strand of. It's a strand of small red orbs. Necklace of fireballs. Each one, as you break them off, can be thrown as a fireball.
Nah, not into
No,
magic shit.
not interested. Well, that's all I have for necklaces at the moment.
All right. Well, let me know,
Dimitri's alternate ego twitches a bit.
Yeah.
let me know what your friend says.
Come back in a few days and I'll let you know. He gives you a serious look.
All right. I say, see ya, baby, as I leave.
My bunko says, Trat, I need to do hunting grounds.
Anybody else today? If so, I can pass a few days if you like.
Lily is going to go back to Gadget and inquire if she can make an item of non-detection if I have the spell to cast.
I think Ice is trying to buy stuff.
Well, it probably could. It probably wouldn't be as good as if a wizard did it, though. She's only wizard 6, so hers would be much weaker.
Well, if I buy the scroll, I can cast it at caster level 10. That's what I'm saying. Here's what she would charge for such an item.
She would give you the friend of a friend price. Or the friend price, I guess, technically, not the friend of a friend. What do you need it for, Lily?
My mother has, arranged my engagement.
Oh? With who?
I was not told his name. He's apparently a
Yes,
wild.
you were.
I was.
I told you. His name was Lasios.
Mother has arranged it to a man named Lasios, who's from other wild elf I hear.
Wild Elf tribe to the east.
I do not know him personally.
Oh? Is he handsome?
I do not know.
Although I suppose if you want this spell, you're going to be running away.
I would prefer to avoid the engagement.
So, how friendly are you with Gadget?
I would assume I'm at least somewhat friendly with Catelyn Gadget. It depends how much time she has spent around the palace.
Oh, she's been in intimate workings with your mother.
With my mother.
For like the construction of weapons and stuff.
I would assume I'm not terribly friendly with her then.
Well, it depends if you've been around. She works with your mother. It doesn't mean she is friendly with her.
Okay, I will pretend that we have shared intimate secrets behind closed doors
Intimate secrets, TM.
about the going-ons to the palace.
She is willing to do it for you for 10,000 gold.
Oh, really now?
It'd be a much weaker version, but yeah.
But it would be caster level 10, not 13.
She's making the item, it's her caster level.
Actually, I think it's whatever level the spell was cast at.
Are you involved in the creation process?
I would be casting the spell as she can't. Technically, it would be at whatever level I cast the spell at, so if I buy a 13th level scroll, it would be at that level. As long as she meets the minimum creation requirements for the item in the first place.
It doesn't have an actual item, I'm making this up.
Well,
There isn't a caster level listed, except for the caster level of the spell in question, which is caster level 5. As a minimum. But she does have the required feats. I don't know if you can cast the spell for her during the process. Probably maybe if you were a helper in the entire process, it would take several days.
how long a day? Several days.
As long as we wish to work.
Okay,
It would take a total of like 24 hours combined.
I'm willing to devote the next week a couple hours at a time to this.
Okay.
Need to go to the weapons shop.
So she would still charge you 10,000 gold for the process, which is much less than the item's worth. But...
Yeah. Being as it's being used mainly, I doubt it ever will come up outside of this RP stuff, so that's mainly why I want it.
Now, if you were to share her some extra gossip from the palace of the juicy nature, maybe she'd drop it to 6,000 gold. Being as you're a friend.
A juicy nature.
Mm-hmm. Like who your mother sees at night.
That would be what, the court advisor, I guess.
And how the war's going, that kind of thing.
Oh, I don't even know how the war's going yet.
But you could find out.
I don't think we even know yet. It's only been like, what, 2 days since we sent
Or
the ambassador?
what the current news is and stuff like that.
Okay, I will attempt to find out the current news then. Don't know what you want to entail on that, but...
But we'll discuss it later. Alright. What you learned during that sequence, but you'll learn some things. Alright. Anybody else today?
I need to go to a weapons shop, but I think Ice has a list of things he's wanting to get.
That's right. List of things, I suppose.
A variety of items. You need to visit a variety of shops.
Let's see. Is it the same ones you had in that last wish list? Let's see. You'd have to visit the weapons shop. Find the right post. Mithril full plates, living adamantine spiked chain. Battle here. Well, the wizard has a lesser crystal of energy of electrical assault, not exactly cold. The stuff at the armor, you'd have to visit the armor shop and see.
The weapon shop
Mithril
stocked,
tends to be the dwarf specialty.
the weapon shop stocked weapon crystals, and the armor shop stocked armor crystals last time.
Don't know if they would have greater ones though.
They had lesser and least last time. They did not have greater. To be fair, you don't have a weapon that can equip a greater crystal of cold assault. Yeah, the greater crystals require +3 enchantments minimum.
That means it has to be +3 with no other enchantments. Yeah, there's a limit on what the crystals can be equipped to.
The lesser and least requires at least a masterwork, and the lesser requires a +1, but the greater requires a +3. That's an actual +3 bonus, not like +1 flaming frosting, for example.
That means if you wanted flaming frosting with that, you'd have to have like a +3 flaming frosting, which would be +5 total.
Same thing applies to armor.
You might be able to find a restful crystal. They're pretty. They're not that high level, I don't think, are they?
I think he actually had a restful crystal last time.
Oh, okay. Well, it was still on your list. That's why I was asking.
I don't think anybody bought it.
He says he has one. So, he bought it last time. Other than that, you're probably gonna have to visit the dwarves to get mithril in that quantity for a full plate. I don't know. You bought it somewhere. I don't remember which town you bought it in. Exactly. So add that list. Nope. There's nothing here. Yep. Not out of those.
Unless you're interested
Full
in
plates, you probably have to go to the dwarves.
If you're looking for specific items, you're probably less likely to find them. You can also just go and browse the shops to see what they have.
What book is Quiver of Energy from? Complete Psionic. That's why I can't find it. Alright. So, yeah. Nothing of that type here.
So basically, I roamed through town, found nothing, and came back.
Yep.
See, I was trying to prevent all the extra time that would take by doing what I did.
Okay.
And failed miserably.
Well, I can't look through your stuff while I'm trying to deal with someone else anyway.
I understand.
Alright. So is that it for today?
Go to the weapon shop.
Alright, you show up at the weapon shop.
As a side note, what was the time set for my betrothal?
2 weeks.
Oh, that's gonna be very close then.
So I go out.
So you go to the swiftest stroke. Hello, Miss Evangel Swiftblade here. What can I do you for today?
Hello. How much would it cost to add morphine to a +1 bastard sword of shocking?
Morphing. Hell is morphing.
It lets it change weapon types, exotic to exotic, for example.
What's the plus on it?
It's a bonus +1.
To go from a +1 to a +2 weapon, it would cost. I think it's what, 4,000? I think it's 6,000 gold, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is a +2 weapon already because it's +1 plus shocking.
It's bonus. It's like bonus. Where? I forget.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Well, I could probably do so. +2 to +3 is plus 10,000 gold. So, the time and effort required, I could probably do it for 12,000 gold.
How much time is going to take?
Several days of continuous enchantment and reforging. Bunko?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Gonna be maxing out my gold. All right. Tell him I'll think about it. And you have any war fans, by the way?
Foera might have had war fans.
Yeah.
Should look there. My neighbors to the west probably have some, but I don't have any stock here.
All right.
Never inquired in Foera about weapons, by the way. So
No, I didn't
we're
have,
there.
I didn't have enough money. All right.
They did have war fans in stock. I had them pre-prepared for you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have the money, and I was thinking about doing this morphine thing. So.
To
But
be
yeah.
fair, once you had morphing, you could make a war fan.
Yeah.
Pythos, you could probably expedite the repairs by 5 days to for about another 8,000 gold.
Do we need to do that though? We don't have a reason to. Why
Not
would
yet,
we
if you don't.
spontaneously do that?
We'll find out soon if we need to.
What weapon crystals does he have? I'm looking for a demolition or a fire.
Demolition. What is demolition? Is that like Sonic?
That's against constructs, I believe.
He has a lesser crystal of fire. On sale for on sale for sale for 2250.
Okay. I'll take that.
All right, you buy the lesser crystal of fire for 2250. Try not to burn down any buildings with it. This thing is pretty hot.
I'm more hot.
I wouldn't say that. That elf girl in the palace has got you beat, I think. He is one looker.
All right. And I'm done.
All right. Is that it for today?
At some point during the week, Falson will go to get new clothes. Since every time he gets new clothes, he gets swallowed by a monster or something horrible happens. So he's actually going to get like 3 pairs.
All
He's
right.
going to be visiting a tailor.
You could visit a tailor, and they have some nice flamboyant-looking clothes.
Not terribly. Like, I don't want puffy sleeves or anything. I'm going for like quality Link-esque tunics.
I guess tunics.
Yeah. Like I'll get one that's dark red. I'll probably get like a fancier one that's black
Are
or
not
gold.
interested
Are
in
they-
buying a tunic of fire resistance.
Yeah, well, if they've got it. But yeah, I'll take like a red one, a blue one, and then probably a like a fancier black
A
one that I would be willing
fine
to pay
cloth,
for.
it'll probably be about 100 gold for the 3.
Yeah,
Or-
that's fine. And I want to inquire about getting like an alternate hookup for my cloak so I can wear it over like my left shoulder instead of my back because I've got this big sword on my back now, and I'm thinking
that's not a problem.
okay.
This is minor, so.
And it was never said if it came with it or not. I've just been kind of saying that I've had a generic holster for my my gun, my caster. I would go
It would
as
be
far
minimal
to
to try and to get.
I would
something
go
like
as
that.
far to get one that could hold shells on it, like
Like a bandolier.
Not like the full bandolier, but I'd have the shells across the belt.
You want a belt bandolier?
Belt bandolier.
Yeah.
Doesn't use the belt slot.
Would it actually do anything?
You can get one that kind of binds around your upper hip, like a leg holster.
Would it
That-
actually accomplish anything though? Like, would I?
It'd be fluff, so to speak.
If I
Unless
paid extra,
if you wanted to use an actual slot, it might have some effect.
if I paid extra and used an actual slot, could they make me like a quick draw holster?
They could probably do that.
I'll do it.
It would take some special designs. It'd probably be like 1,000 gold. This is not something they usually do.
Yeah, he'll drop the gold for that. So 1,100 total.
Sure, that'll work.
All right.
But it only functions quick draw for your one weapon.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I'd basically be able to quick draw the gun. That's what I'm going for.
Or a shell, but
Okay.
all right. So unless further actions in the evening, or go to sleep. Same places you did the first time. Changes made, etc. Yep.
I'll probably just be meditating on my enchanting on my caster shells before going to bed, and that's probably it.
All right. Day passes. It's now morning again. Let's see. Let's fast forward to the next major event, which I think is
Well, Lily has to go back and
Lily has to go back to the shop.
Lily needs gossip.
Falson has
Lily,
to go back to the shop.
Yep. Ironically, on the same day. Oh, you're getting some negligee there.
They're both in the back room when you show up.
Oh, really?
Well, depends how Cloud goes. Cloud, you show back up. Have you made your decision, miss?
Did I get gossip for Gadget?
Nothing for Juicy.
So gossip's proposals of us. So I have
Yeah,
to-
well,
so-
you get some, but I don't know what it is right now. That's why I said I'll discuss it with you
Well-
later.
Gadget. The wizard had a higher caster level though, right?
Wizard has a higher caster level. Gadget gives you a much better price and is less revealing. But then again, Gadget does work for the Queen, so
Well, I guess I'll
we'll
sell
call
them back
it,
to staff.
5
and I'll
pounds.
go with the.
1,000.
Thank you.
I'll go with the slightly dubious proposition of getting measured for such an item by the wizard.
It costs a lot more. It's just how certain are you gonna want to be? DC 24 versus DC 18, I think.
Yeah, the 18 is gonna be busted like the second day.
Well, if you're the one casting, it's going to be DC 21 versus DC 24.
I'd rather have the 24, but how much was it gonna cost me from him? 20,000.
20,000 gold.
Yeah, I'll go with that and sell the staff of fire to do it.
He'll offer you 6,000 for the Staff of Fire. Sold it to you for 16.
Sold to me for 18 and a half.
Mm-hmm. Remember, this guy wants stuff from you. If you don't want to go that route, go with Gadget. You're like the most attractive girl in the town. Who he thinks he has something only he can provide.
I'll buy the scrolls and take them to Gadget.
You buy just one scroll or 3 scrolls?
One.
Alright, you buy 1 scroll for 975 gold. We're just gonna shortcut this a little bit. Oh? So you're turning down my offer then?
I'm afraid so, sir.
Oh. Just the 1 scroll then?
I might have done it for the actual half price in the staff, and I'm already losing enough just from the price.
Yep. Alright, so as he turns around and begins casting a spell, what's your will save? Actually, make me a spellcraft check.
Spellcraft. Lily's spellcraft is plus 15. I rolled a 2.
You don't know what the spell he's casting is.
Okay. I just turned him down. He's just gonna randomly cast a spell.
Oh, you think he's casting to make your scroll.
Okay, well then I won't dispel him then.
What's your spell save DC, Cloud?
My spell save DC? For
Mhm.
what?
For will save?
Well, that's not the same thing.
Well, I gotta figure out what his DC
Just the
would
will
be.
save is plus 8. Spell save DCs are 10 plus spell level plus his casting stat mod.
Roll your save.
$14. It's
You
not
fail.
enough.
You think he is now a trusted friend and ally of you.
Wonderful.
Now he can grope you.
Yep, that's what he does.
I push
So
him
when
away.
does-
Only trusted friends go so far.
When
Huh?
does
My
Valson
dear.
enter the shop?
Right about when she's been getting groped.
The old man hears the sound of the sword being drawn, and whatever sound it makes as it extends from 5 feet, forward, and lights a fire. And I'm assuming
my.
that probably stops him.
I didn't know you could do that.
You would probably be wise to take your hands off of my friend.
Oh, she's your friend. Oh,
Lily's
oh,
gonna walk
oh.
up to you above. Come on now, friends, don't fight.
Do I have any sense of what has actually occurred here? Like, do I get a perception check? Do I do a spellcraft check?
You can give a perception check, I guess.
I mean,
Which-
like, is that
which-
is that
which-
going to be spot or? I mean,
It would probably.
I would think this would probably be more of
How,
my
how about
knowledge. or...
how about a wisdom check?
Okay.
That sounds better.
Cast charm person or dominate person on me?
Charm person.
Because dominate person is much worse.
I would think that I would use spellcraft to see another person's spell effects.
Only
Isn't that what it's for?
only if it's being cast. It allows you to identify spells that are being cast.
Detect magic would say if I'm magical, but I'm always magical because all the stuff that's on me.
But don't you use spellcraft to identify effects?
Only if they're
Like an
obvious.
Okay.
If you
alright,
can
well,
see them in action, you can. But being as I'm basically just his friend now,
It's a mind affecting spell. So
it's, you may not know why I'm his friend, but that's the way it is right now.
I am very confused by what's going on.
yeah, you don't know what's going on.
Lily, I don't think you necessarily want to be in here with this man.
We were discussing an item that I need.
That really did not look like you were discussing an item.
Oh, she was going to buy a scroll. See, I have it right here. What's up a scroll?
Yes. Eyes narrow. Well,
But you want something else, sir? Oh, that's right. You came for the book. Right.
I
the book.
would say my friend's business is probably done here. Isn't that right, Lily?
She doesn't want the scroll.
No, I need the scroll.
Under Valson's eye, he sells the scroll to Lily. About further approaches.
Okay, Lily buys the scroll and leaves. We'll see
Okay,
you
well-
again.
Valson
back.
returns the sword to its scabbard and kind of gives the guy the evil eye for a few seconds before
Let's say.
before allowing him to continue about the book.
All right. Yes. The book. This book would require the user to make a will saving throw each day of use. Failing said save would lower the caster's wisdom by 1 point per failure. Extended use of the book could have rather malicious effects upon that person's sanity.
I give him the remaining 250 that I owe him, and I take the book. I'm just kind of holding it. I ask him what such an object would be worth.
To the right person, quite a bit, but a legitimate businessman, such as myself, would probably want nothing to do with it.
Valson casts Shocking Grasp on the book in the attempt to just basically disintegrate it. Like, just standing in front of this guy. Not even looking at the book. Just looking at the guy. Turning it to ashes.
It is your book if that's what you want to do with it, but okay.
It was my book. Now it's a pile of ashes.
What would be your spell save DC? 10 plus casting stat plus level of spell.
For Shocking Grasp,
Yep. I think it's a level 1 spell, right? Yeah.
Shocking Grasp is level 1, so that would be
10 plus 1 plus
15.
your casting stat. Book disintegrates the ash.
Yep, he just kind of wipes his hands together like he pats his gloves, and he just walks out without another word.
Alright, fine. He gets a broom and begins raking up the ashes. Could at least cleaned up after your mess. Oh, well. She'll be back anyway. Alright. So you leave the shop. Cloud, you go to Gadget?
Yeah.
Alright, you go to Gadget over the next for let's say 3 hours a day for the next 3 or 4 days. I said 24 hours, right? So how many hours do you devote per day?
Well, they get 24 hours. It's going to be in the next week. It's going to be at least 3 hours a day, and probably one day is going to have 4 or
3.5
3
hours
days.
a day, thereabouts.
Yeah. So I can do that, but I may have to do different chunks during the day, depending on when I can get away from the duties at the castle, and I won't be missed.
Mm-hmm. It should be relatively doable.
It's also worth noting, Valson, that won't matter. That spell lasts for like 13 hours from him, so tomorrow it'll be fine.
All right. Well, I mean, he's going to be taking. It's going to be affecting the role play. Like, he has no idea why you were exactly acting like that. It's sort of affecting. Like, oh, you didn't know she was that kind of girl.
Well, to be fair, you did walk away while she was shoving him away. Being friends only goes so far.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Next time he will try a more higher level spell.
To be fair, that wasn't obvious from the description.
You regard him as your friend and trusted ally.
It wasn't
Not
obvious
anymore.
that she was pushing him away when Valson walked in. Anyway.
All right. So that's Lily taken care of and Valson taken care of. So we passed 2 days.
So that was 10k for that. You were
What for
gadgets,
for
non-detection
gadgets
charm.
offer? It was 8,000, I believe. Well, actually, I think I said 8,000 if you gave her the gossip, but you did give her. So
8,000 is gone. And what did she make me, plot-wise?
it is a ring of non-detection.
Okay. Do I have a ring slot? I think I might.
For DC of, let's see, 21 it would be. If,
Oh,
if,
I do.
if you cast a spell, it'll be DC 21.
Okay. Ring of non-detection.
Anyone attempting to use detect, locate, any spell of that nature on you has to pass a level cast level check of DC 20.
I'm not putting it on until we actually go to leave.
saying that's what it does. Which is a fairly decent chance that they won't spot you. If the queen is looking for another party member, but if most of the time she'd be looking for Lily, so if they don't know where Lily is, they don't know to cast on another party member. Stuff like that. That's the theory.
So I go back to that wizard and
There's a Timberwolf outside your window. Lily.
Yeah, if
Sorry.
you haven't been
Yeah.
noticing, the wasteland has been encroaching from the east, and there's Hummers in the southeast right now.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool. Is this stuff you're making for Mech Warrior in general? Sorry. Anyway, the dwarf war is coming.
So I go to the wizard shop to see if he's contacted his dark elf friend.
Why, yes. I contacted her actually. Wink, wink. She does have such a thing. I could get to her for another couple of days. It would cost about 6,000 gold, though.
All right. Sounds like a deal.
And I'll owe her one. Wink, wink. All right. So you make the deal. Anybody else want to do anything for two more days? Work progresses on the ship.
Inquire with my mother about the date of the proposal, and do I get to meet the guy beforehand?
You're scheduled to meet him in 7 days, I think, left. In 1 week's time. You will meet him on that day. You inquire. What would you say, Cloud? Whether you wanted to see him, you won't see him before then.
Do I know what the schedule for the day is to be like?
He will arrive in the morning, and I will entertain him for a while. But in the afternoon, and then your maids will prepare you for the meeting. And in the afternoon, you shall meet him and dine with him.
I wish to inquire about the shipwrights about speeding up their departure without informing the party of such.
The work on that ship. What? You're not in that party. Why would you want to speed up their ship? I mean, it's possible. Yes, we just have to assign more workers. It would cost some, but
How much would that cost?
for a pretty lass like you, 5,000 gold.
And how much speed are we talking?
I could speed it up by 4 days.
Okay, I'm gonna pay them the 5,000 gold, and they will inform the party that their ship will be accomplished faster than they expected.
Oh, how? Okay. How would you like me to inform them of that? You want to be left out of this, or?
Don't tell them that I told them that.
Okay. All right. So the shipyard dockmaster comes to the party and informs them that an anonymous benefactor has sped up the work on their ship by 4 days.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Dawson just kind of looks at the rest of the group, like, what have we done now? And shrugs, goes back to training.
All right. So Bunker returns and picks up his boots of spider climbing. These are fine silken boots with engraved spider webs all around them. Or slippers with spider climbing, excuse me. Fine slippers made of spider silk.
All right.
All right. So you guys are now leaving the next day. What would you like? You would like to do anything on your last day here?
Have we heard anything throughout the town about the upcoming marriage?
Oh yes, there's gossip all around the town of an upcoming marriage of the princess. Nobody has definitive information about who it is or why it's being done, but it is big news that the princess is getting married. She's not allowed out of the palace, I guess. So. Well, it's up to you guys if you want to try something, staff.
Well,
Pythos tried
the
and
best
failed.
chance was the palace, and from what Lily had said, Valson thinks that's possibly a bad idea, and we don't want to necessarily stay here any longer than we need to. Like, we have been here a while, so we could just sell it somewhere else and get the gun upgrades somewhere else.
Maybe the gnomes.
Yeah, like, I don't know that the elves would have really good guns anyway. The dwarves or the gnomes.
Well, the elves are developing Magitech cannons similar to what your caster gun is, but they aren't done yet. They're hardly perfected.
And being as Gadget's the one who's perfecting them, yeah, you see how her stuff goes.
Yeah, so maybe over dinner or something on the ship, we casually mention that Lily is getting married or something. We remark on it, but that's probably it, and we're probably getting ready to leave the next day.
Okay. That day, work finishes on the ship, and they begin to supply it.
On both ships, right?
Yes, on both ships.
Are we carrying the Swift inside the cargo hold?
It won't fit.
Oh. We need to work out some sort of docking method like that when we're not actually
Swift
piloting
actually
it.
is it's still fairly large. Technically, it's not as big as the other ship.
Technically, there is plenty of space to install a docking method for the ship for the Swift
I mean,
on it.
you might possibly be able to dock it like in
Since
the
the,
area
uh,
where the crane is supposed
The
to
Swift
operate.
is a 12-ton vessel, so theoretically, by paying 18 tons, you could fit the equipment to actually mount it.
Yeah, but I don't think we have any. I don't think we have any tonnage left on the ship, do we?
33 in cargo.
Right. Well, yeah, you could use 30. You could use 18 tons to
If you're willing to spend half the cargo space and the cargo is available, you could mount it there.
configure.
Well, my question is, how do we actually normally take it with us?
if you're flying 2 ships, you have 2 crews.
All right.
Those crews also haven't been paid in some time.
I thought
Yeah.
that was an upkeep thing. I mean, if they haven't been paid, we would certainly pay
I don't
them.
think
Like
it was that. They're like
if we don't,
really
if we don't have
low
party
quality
money,
crew.
if
so-
we don't have party money,
The-
we would
the
sell
green-
that hand of glory
the
that
green
nobody's
crews
using.
were ridiculously cheap.
I mean, it comes out to like 100 gold for like 2 weeks or something like that. It's not much.
It's even less than that for green crews.
Well,
Okay, well,
if nobody's going to use that hand of glory,
Hand
then
of
I would
Glory
recommend we
is
sell that
valued
to one of the
at,
magic
like-
shops, and that might help with the crew payments somewhat. I didn't know that we were having. I thought this was taken care of.
well, it can be. I just haven't heard anybody mention it for a
Well,
while.
there isn't a party gold fund to pull from, so unless it comes out of someone's.
The Hand of
Yeah,
Glory
well-
would sell easily for 4,000 gold.
Yeah, I say we sell that and use it for the upkeep.
All right.
I decline.
Oh, were you interested in that, Bunko?
No.
Could have bought it at any time. If you're not going to pay
4,000.
pay out of your share of that 4,000 to do obtain the crew, then I think we have a problem.
Well, the whole point of party loot is it's party loot, unless the party agrees to sell it.
Well, if it's being used by one person, it's not party loot, though.
This is currently sitting in our cargo hold, taking up nothing. I mean, it's just not serving any purpose. All right,
That
well,
actually was from one of the first adventures.
yeah. Well, I mean, if we've got one person who doesn't want to sell it but doesn't have any use for it, do we have anybody else? I mean, I think we should take a vote.
Ratchet is a bit disturbed by it being a desiccated hand, basically, so he's not interested in it.
He wants to get it off the ship.
He has no interest in it whatsoever.
Was that the hand that is worn around the neck that you can place a ring on? Is that what it's
Yes,
called?
that's what it is. It's an
Okay.
extra ring slot, basically, and I think it cloaks a candle or something he put it in.
What would it cost to make something like that from a severed hand, dragon hand, or dragonkin, something like that?
Basically the same price
Or-
we're selling it for, 4,000 gold. As well as the craft wonders item feat and caster level of something.
This is the description of it. The invisibility is an interesting one, but
Oh, votes from everybody.
Ratchet gave his vote.
He abstained.
He doesn't care.
Lily is not there to vote. Recluse is not here, so it's just
Icebone, Hythos.
Bunko votes to keep it.
Yeah, we shouldn't be deciding this when only half the people are here.
Well, we haven't had a single session where everybody was here.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
we can talk about this on the forum if you want, but we were trying to get this out of the way. We were like trying to sell the staff earlier, so that was like a much bigger deal. And nobody complained about that. I mean, the staff is worth like 136,000 as it is. And this
I
is
was
worth
complaining
4,000.
about that. I wasn't there though. I was posting it in the chat.
But we have other ways of raising the dead versus.
Well, the idea is we
using
wanted to
staff.
sell the staff and buy like cannons for the ship, but
I mean, on a game level, I don't think we should have this item. It totally breaks it. People don't have to worry about dying.
We don't anyways. Hythos can cast Raise Dead.
Yeah, but I mean, if we have like multiple people die, then this thing just acts as a party regen. I think it's totally broken.
Well,
we should
clerics
just sell
would
it
too.
and
It'll
use
just
it for
take a few
something that's
days to-
useful. No, Icebones, we on some things we just decided not to sell, like that horn and the staff. Those are party items.
Bunko's problem with selling party loot is more of what you want to use for the money that we're selling it for.
Upgrading the ship basically helps everybody.
Except Bunko. Bunko doesn't like
Bunko can get his love lounge. Or her love
Well,
lounge.
then that becomes Bunko's vote. So
The love lounge actually wouldn't cost that much. It's basically just a room with special decorations, but still a room. Probably a deluxe room.
Basically, Bunko just needs an extended cabin with a separate room he decorates to his own or her own taste.
Yeah, by rules and construction rules, it would be a spacious room.
Bunko can build a space underneath the main rotor in the back between the two gyrocopters.
Right next to Ratchet's lab.
It's below the lab, but
Sure.
on the bottom deck.
Because the space above that is the Arboreum. Space above that is the engine room.
all right, well, I guess we talk about this on the forums then, and we just move on because we don't have a decision from everybody who's even here, and then we don't have
Okay.
everybody here. I mean, these are not things that we're just gonna keep permanently, though, and not ever
Anyone
use.
want to keep the Hand of Glory?
Bunko.
I thought of it initially, but it's kind of pales.
It's
When I
like giving up a
originally
neck slot
described it,
for a ring slot.
I originally thought it was much more useful than it actually is when I first decided to keep it as party loot. I was under the impression that it was basically a free extra slot. It is not.
Well, that's
It
what I was wondering.
exchanges a necklace for a ring slot.
But it does have one extra effect. Now, if there was something that was similar to that was made from some other creature, some other hand, can the additional effect be selected, or is it only ever going to be the same as what this item has?
Classically, the Hand of Glory is what is listed. It is a modified human hand. It's actually a real life story thing, but it's in a lot of novels.
All right, so not deciding anything. Move on.
And it's almost always a mummified human hand. But alright, so it's the day of setting sail for the Dwarven lands? Right?
Sounds like the plan.
Unless you all change the plan on me. I mean, it's possible. Is that where you all are heading? Who's the captain and whatnot? I'll just type in something to me.
Well, that was another thing we had to discuss because who has sailing experience? Like I'm pretty
Ratchet
sure a couple
has
people
pilot.
did. Oh God. Was
Ratchet's meeting
Aetham
will
the
come
only
through.
one that was technically like skilled at being a captain?
Yep.
Well,
And he's dead.
Who took his hat?
nobody took that hat. I think it just got like you had your fire sale / garage sale of your character's dead items. I don't think anybody took that.
Well, it was Athos items. He's not here.
Yeah, it wasn't me, man.
I thought Recluse wanted the hat.
Somebody wanted the hat, I think.
Yeah, someone was asking about the hat. That's why I'm asking.
Recluse bought the hat.
He did.
Yes.
Well, then I guess that makes him captain. Like, does the hat give him sailing experience?
Does
Yes.
indeed.
Yeah, I guess whoever wears the hat is the captain. He just bought the captain's.
It gives a bonus to the skill required, piloting skill.
On that note, I'll stay with the elves.
This was precisely what that hat did.
You came up with stats for that, didn't you, Cloud?
Is
Stormcloud's
Lenara
Legacy.
able to do it? Like, I'm not familiar with her backstory. Wasn't
She's
she?
a bard.
Oh, I thought she was part of the crew.
He was a bard and was found
We
on the
rescued her.
same mission that had the last pirate encounter.
Well, we
I
either
believe she's been serving as a cook, I think, right?
She's been serving as entertainment. Actually, Sarah's been cooking.
Okay, Sarah's been cooking, that's right.
have Ratchet at the helm. God help us. Recluse at the helm. Again, God help us. Like if a rare bird flies across the thing, he just abandons it and flies out of the ship. Or we hire some nameless person. Does anybody have any particular?
How significant
Leanings.
is the +5? If +10 is common knowledge, and the +5 would seem rather insignificant.
Well, it's always 1d20 plus 5.
The important thing is it is the bottom line there. Skills of 0 ranks are treated as trained. So it actually
Yeah,
you had
I
5
follow
ranks
that.
in the skill.
Basically, it would act as if you had 5 ranks
It was
in
intended
knowledge,
to
yeah.
enhance existing skills rather than just replace the need to have them.
Okay, yeah. The professions are intelligence, or
Professions are intelligence, yes. As is knowledge. No, well, professions might not be intelligence.
professions are wisdom.
Yeah, they're wisdom.
Yeah, that'll be better for either Recluse or I. But if he had bought it, then that would mean what is his wisdom bonus? It's already at a +4, isn't it? At least.
I would think so.
So then that would give him a +9. I don't see any problem with having him as the captain. If he has a +9. right
Recluse
off the
has a
top.
+5 wisdom, so he would have
Who is-
effectively a +10 in any of those skills.
Yeah.
Who is captaining the other ship?
A nameless person you hired,
Okay.
because we haven't named them yet. There was no interest in naming them, so.
We shall name him Jacques.
Very well. The captain shall be Jock of the Swift.
Just a
No,
second too late
not
there, Bunko.
Fabio, Bunko. Fabio has other useful skills, but not do not include
Fabio is
captaining.
technically in a jar right now. Or
I have-
his
There's several
pickled remains.
Fabios, actually.
Bunko has cloning vats somewhere. Advanced tech.
Yes. I'm planning
So-
on making a belt out of it.
No. Bunko secretly has a mirror of opposition. Every time he wants to use Fabio, he just kind of puts it in front of the mirror and ties him up.
All right. Well, we make the ships ready to sail.
All right. You make ready to sail, and you cast off. You make your provisions
Well-
with the dockmen, paying your
Just one
dues
moment
for.
before, why don't we find out what the condition was of having the ships finished so quickly?
They said it was anonymous.
benefactor. Translation they aren't going to tell you.
You aren't Fred. You can't roll an investigations check at +6 and be totally OP.
Unless you have a skill like that, which I don't think
That
you
would
do.
mean that would technically mean that somebody either wanted us to get out of
Do you
there,
have
but
sense
was
motive?
friendly.
That's what it would
I-
be.
I don't, but why doesn't somebody else who does, like Bunko?
Are
I'm
you
not sure
discussing
Bunko
this
has
with
sense
them?
motive.
Well, sense motive is not going to show what the guy is actually thinking. Like
And
he's being honest with us.
He's
He told us.
being honest with you, so it might not do anything. You just know that an honest benefactor asked to paid to get the ship up to get it expedited and paid extra for it, basically.
It wouldn't be.
He doesn't even necessarily know who did it.
Yeah,
Or
by
who it was.
default, if
That's
anything,
fine.
we would assume that since Hythos ticked off the queen earlier, she might be wanting to get us out of here. That would be my assumption.
Or it could be her, thanking us for saving the town earlier, and her not wanting to, wanting to save face because
Yeah,
she
either
didn't
one
give us the
applies.
proper reward before. So that's what Valson would assume.
Yeah, well, I assume the other, but Valson's an elf and I'm a dwarf, so
I'm a human.
Well,
you're
probably
human. I thought you
not,
were an
because
elf.
if it was from the queen, then they probably would say it was the queen rather than something that was.
Unless the queen told him not to.
Yeah, like I said, if she was trying to save face because she screwed us out of the reward before, I would say, my character at least has no problem with just going. If something happens while we're leaving, that's entirely different. But no.
Um,
So we're off. we are
Alright,
starting to pull
You
out
make
of the
your
dock.
arrangement with the dockman, and make your leave. You pull out of the Elven lands and set sail for the Dwarf lands. Cast Omen of Peril. Omen of Peril. What the heck does that do? That gives you 3 things, doesn't it? D&D. Omen of Peril.
Valson is pleased to actually be leaving here.
70
After so
plus
long.
1% per cast level, maximum 9. Cast level 10. You receive safety for now. Face no significant monsters, traps, or challenges for the next hour or so, is what that define says.
Smooth sailing.
for
Alright,
1
so,
hour.
For 1 hour. It only counts the next hour. You make cleanly out of the fjords and make your way across the Elven continent out toward the Dwarven lands. It'll be a probably 2 to 3 week journey. Depending on conditions. So, what are y'all doing on the ship for the first day?
Yeah,
Taxer.
probably. That's probably what Bunko would be doing.
Bunko finds Savio,
Who's dead?
who's dead.
Just takes him out of the jar. You mean?
Bunko finds the next most attractive crewman.
No.
You see Hythos running down the halls. Stay away. I will just be sitting by a window in the lounge, like the galley or something, watching the clouds pass, kind of enjoying traveling. Or if there are no windows there, I would assume there are.
There
I'd be
are.
up on
There's
the deck.
windows. See the picture. It's got windows.
I'd probably be actually splitting time between the two.
You all seen the picture, right? There's a nice observatory on the bridge, or in the crow's nest up top. Or I guess you could be on the walkway between the bridge and the
Anyone
salvaging
who's not
area.
familiar with the ship, there is a picture of it on the D&D.
If you click on the D&D link, docs link and go to the tab that says Salvager's Luck, there's a picture. So.
I suppose if I'm in the galley or the mess hall, and I think Sarah, was that the girl? I guess she's basically alone on the ship in terms of being a kid, right? Like she has her father who's a box.
Yeah, she has her father's talking box. That's about it.
Yeah,
He's
I-
kinda
uh,
made
I will
things
just
with
I will try
Lenora.
to give her somebody to talk to
So
because
she's
this
about
must be
10
a really
or 11,
boring
but she's
life as a
technically
kid.
been around for like 80 years or so.
This must be a very very boring life for a kid, especially waiting in on the docks for like the last 4 weeks.
But she's been talking with Lenora.
Oh,
about
that's
being a
right.
bard and stuff.
She's there. I always forget her. That's what I'm doing.
Hello, Valson.
Oh, hello there.
How are you?
Better now that we're on the way again. I don't do too well sitting
Yes,
in
it was
one
very
place.
noisy in dock for the last.
It's
2
worth
weeks.
noting that if she offers you food, she's probably gotten somewhat better than last time.
Yeah, she's probably better.
Oh,
at
that's
cooking
good.
now.
Oh, I remember we rolled for that last time, and people were having to like force themselves
I've
not
been
to throw up.
practicing. It should be better this time.
I'll try it. Do I have to roll, or is she rolling for cooking?
It's much better this time. It's roasted potatoes.
Oh, this
parsley.
is excellent. This is like something my mother back home would make. This is very good.
She rolled an 18, so they're really good roasted potatoes.
Wow. She's basically just been practicing cooking for a month.
Yep. Lenora's been teaching her how.
Yes, Hythos, I think we've sold it all. We could always go looking for another one.
We either sold it all or fed it to little worms.
Oh yeah, that is true. Oh god, I made them cannibals. Oh god.
Actually, what's that worm meat? I can't remember.
The dragon eel.
That was dragon eel on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. Not worms. Close, like cousins, but have some of these
Look at your message, Claude.
these potatoes though, Hythos. They're excellent. If you skinned it, I think you would have it. I have purple worm fangs somewhere.
The evening progresses along. Valson, make a listen check.
Okay. Oh god, this is gonna be terrible. I have terrible sense skills.
Actually, we're on the ship now. We load up the ship now.
So, like, really mid-range. Unless it's right next to me, I'm probably not gonna hear it.
Yep, you don't notice anything. Cloud, send me the updated ship map.
It's the same one. It's old. It's not updated.
Uh, This one?
Wow. Yeah, that would be it.
That's not it. It doesn't have the cranes on it.
Oh,
Oh, it'll work for now anyway. So. Crap, I don't have tokens on this map, do I? Shit.
I just saved mine so I can drag mine over.
Does everybody else have theirs? I mean, I can do them, but it'll take a game to move them over. I just have to open another RP tools to get them.
I'm gonna have to restart RP tools. I'm getting a Java error that's like popping up 30 times a second.
All right.
I'm getting the same error once the airship loaded.
you'll need to restart it then.
Yeah, every time I try to drag the ship, it comes up.
What was the queen's name, by the way? Did she have a
Lucinda?
name?
I think your name's listed. Oh, that may have been lost. I had a primer on the forums, but it may have been lost in the transition.
All right. Clone just bouncing again. There's everybody else's token. I think. If not, we can find them later.
Yeah,
I
mine's
think-
not there.
Who did I miss?
You brought in Recluse and left me out.
I thought I
Nice.
copied you. Wait 1 second here. I thought I copied yours. Okay. Oh,
Oh god!
it didn't copy.
And I'm still not there. You can't copy a dwarf, evidently.
Why won't it copy? Hold up. Stupid.
Barbarians are not copyable. We cannot be cloned.
The copy function is currently being used to replicate Fabio. Continuously.
I have to save it and import it again.
Would you like to purchase additional cloning pads? Apparently, the original D&D thread, which had everything like that written up in, was lost. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure her name was Lucinda, some middle name, Ryanon.
Oh god, Bunko's Den of Evil now has a schoolgirl in it.
Yep.
That. How about this time? There we go. Okay.
Finally. Although that's not the healed me.
Well, that's the one I had on the other map. Sorry. Heal yourself up.
Well, I had healed myself on the other map. That's why I said something.
But I didn't. I accidentally closed that one. I had to get it from
Okay,
the
fine.
previous one. Ratchet's in his room. Okay. Everybody place yourselves where you are. Sarah is cooking.
And which one was my room? It's been so long since we've been here, I forgot.
Zara had commandeered the captain's cabin. We don't really have rooms on this. You have bunks. So
I thought we had rooms. I was mistaken.
Much
of my
rooms
role-playing-
could be made if such design changes were
much of my
desired,
role
but-
playing in the past few, talking about where my money was kept, was based on the fact I thought I had my own room. So, oh well,
you have a storage chest. But
close enough.
like a bunk. Anyway, so you're all sitting around the table eating. Oh, I've got 2 Ratchets again, don't I? Ratchet has cloned himself.
I lost everyone but myself now.
Because you have line of sight. Click on the map instead of your Kogan.
I didn't realize I had done that.
Yeah, if you click yourself, you only have your character's line of sight. If you click the map, you get everybody who's friendly.
Right,
But-
I just didn't know I hadn't undone that.
Okay. Anyway, so the evening continues. Y'all have a rowdy drinking around the table and whatnot.
But Mike had this.
Yeah, the control key got stuck.
Clean out your keyboard, man.
No, I'm getting Java errors. I need to restart it.
Along with the rest of us.
Probably has to do with the unlimited view range I have on this map right now. But
How do you set that?
I have to set it server side.
Yeah.
Normally I put VBLs so you guys can't see the entire map, but this one doesn't. This map doesn't have those. Anyway, at what point do you become known? You probably guys probably understand what's going on, but Sarah comes out with a fresh plate of a new food. This time it's grilled eel, salted.
Yay.
like more eel.
A side of purple worm.
With a side of purple worm. And a big mug of ale.
I will try some, but I have
Hey.
gorged myself on the magnificent potatoes.
This one she rolled a 1 on.
I very, very carefully like swallow and then smile and say, "Yeah, I wish I had saved some room, but those potatoes are really
The eel is an 18. The purple worm is a 1.
They had no instructions on how to cook purple worm in the cookbook she was using.
good." Oh, dude, I was swallowed by that purple worm.
Yes, you were.
He's like,
So was I.
Oh
Think
yeah,
about-
I guess I do
Think
have
about
to
it
roll a
this way:
save,
if you
do I?
force yourself to eat it, it's revenge.
How much of it did you eat?
Not a lot.
Just
I mean,
a bite?
I just
Yeah, yeah.
ate a bite because I
What?
literally did eat all
What?
the
You
potatoes
didn't
I
like
could.
it? She gives you a sad-looking face.
Oh no, that's not true at all. I really wish I had saved some room after those potatoes.
Now the eel, on the
I
other
was
hand, is
famished.
wonderful. It's 18 as well, but
Yeah, well, I mean, I will take only a single bite of that as well. To show that I am stuffed. I'll lean back in the chair. I'll be like, "Whoa, wow, should have saved room. I didn't know you were going to come out with full courses."
And she makes her rounds and takes Lenara some, and then goes upstairs. Goes right by the storeroom, wafting a smell, and takes Ratchet some. Cloud. Give me responses. Trey walks right by again, goes back downstairs.
Not gonna deliver it to me.
Wait. You're
Don't
Yeah,
go in
you're-
there,
you're
Sarah.
up
Shield
top.
your young eyes.
She knocks on the door and leaves you a tray outside,
And quickly scurries away.
Quick.
and doesn't listen to what's going on.
Yeah, I would imagine Sarah probably knows by now to stay far away from Bunko.
She goes and picks up a fresh platter. Takes some to
Offer-
ice.
Offered her a card.
She brings you a plate of potatoes and eel, being as the worm people didn't seem to like.
Whoa, Hythos is small now.
I'm just sitting at the table.
Mini Hythos has appeared.
Oh wait, there's food over here.
Yeah, this is the map I took forever to make because I actually placed every single item like that. Like that cat on the table is an item. Knife beside it is a separate item. They're all separate images. But anyway, Cloud. Did that do anything? Out of curiosity.
Well, assuming nothing happens and
Nothing happens.
and nothing is going on that's interesting in the mess hall, like a card game, I guess Valson.
Oh, you
kind
could
of
strike
bored.
up a card game if you want.
Valson would probably go see what Ratchet is up to. Just kind of wander.
Ratchet is maintaining the steam engines at this moment. He's in the port side steam engine.
I was going to go up there, but he disappeared from the map.
What? Ratchet? No, he's there. Oh, in the port side steam engine.
The north.
Oh, okay. I see what those are.
These are the actual engines. These are the boilers supplying
I
them
get
with
it.
pressure. These are like engine nacelles, if you would. There's
Well-
very low headroom in there, but
Yep. I walk in like, "Hey, Ratchet, what's going on?"
he doesn't hear you and motions to move out of the room because he can't hear you over the engine. Oh, hi! Shuts the door behind him, and the noise quiets considerably. Oh, hi, Valson!
You get
I
that?
couldn't hear you.
That food that Sarah was cooking up.
Yes, I ate some of it. It was very tasty.
Yeah, just making sure you were eating. I know how you get when you're inside an engine.
Oh, I always have to maintain these. It's like he was like hanging within like 3 inches of moving pistons.
By this time, Valson is sort of just used to the ever-present danger around Ratchet. Everything going okay with the ship? The upgrades aren't causing any problems, are they?
No, they seem to be fine. It's slightly heavier than it was, but it's okay. These engines are pretty strong. They can take it.
Well, that's good. Do you think they could sustain more in the way of cannonry? I know we were talking about the upgrade, but I don't know if
Might
the ship
have
can
to-
handle it.
We have to come up with some way to strengthen the balloons, get more lift out of it. Might have to kick in some coal backup or something. Right now we have this other crystal that's providing our power. But if we kicked in the coal system too, we might be able to get more lift out of it.
Well, that it might be something to think about. Maybe drawing up some modifications or something. We don't know.
Cannons are
when-
pretty heavy, so we'd have to probably get quite a bit more lift in order to mount them.
Instead of using cannons, we use quadra-ballistas.
Quadra ballistas. They're like ballistas, but they mount 4 shots side by side. Shorter range, but more punch.
So I have to shoot them in like a square formation with one on each side.
Really walks
Do they
into the
have
storeroom
scatter
after
ballistas?
some fresh fruit. Scatter. We could probably invent one.
Yeah,
They
like
don't-
proximity charge. They just release a cloud of
Shotgun
arrows or something.
ballistas.
Yeah. Yeah, so Valson is just talking with Ratchet about potential upgrades to the ship. Maybe in the Dwarven lands, maybe in the Gnomish lands.
Yes, the gnomes would have plenty of this stuff. Dwarves might have black powder cannons. That could be interesting. Very dangerous they be, though.
Upon hearing Ratchet say very dangerous, Valson does somewhat of a backstep on getting cannons from the dwarves.
Necromantic Bunko comes downstairs.
I enter the kitchen wanting some water and I'm all sweaty.
Lily comes out and hands you a cup of water and then goes back inside.
Who?
Sarah, you mean?
Oh yeah, Sarah. Duh.
I was about to
Sarah.
say, like,
not Lily.
big reveal there.
Sarah.
I sit down with Recluse and start to fondle him.
Oh no, someone needs to have the decency to save Recluse. He's probably in the captain's quarters. With
There's a monster! A monster in the storage room!
Oh, sorry. Over there, buddy. Crap. He's like cowering in the corner.
Can we hear this upstairs? I mean, we're in the engine
Oh,
room, so
Well, whoever's in the kitchen would hear, but that's Athabar and Recluse right now in Bunko.
That's supposed to be a jug of beer or something?
Yeah.
Why is there a McDonald's sign on our ship?
Oh, it's a can. I was zooming in on it. I thought it was like a vial of something.
It's a beer can.
Okay, beer can I've ever seen. Okay. He goes screaming up to Valzin that there's a monster in the kitchen.
yeah. So as soon as that happens, he ends the conversation. He just looks at Ratchet, then runs downstairs. He bursts into the kitchen with sword drawn.
The storage room
Stay back,
It was-
Sarah.
is covered in, like, tentacles.
Wow, I think it was that bad.
And
Uh,
Bunko's not coming?
Alright, you bust open the door and there's Lily covered in noodles.
Hi.
Oh wow. Sarah, this he just
She
kind of
peeks
puts
her,
the sword down.
she peeks around the corner.
Flying spaghetti monster?
She's playing with noodles.
Falsum will go forward and extend a hand to Lily to try to help her up, and try not to slip at any noodles.
It's a little kinky.
I thought I was in an empty crate, but Foster says I'm in a noodle crate now. Ah, that's not me.
Why are you in a noodle crate?
I did have my token copied, but I've lost it. Here, that's an old one. That'll do.
Yeah. False alarm, guys. It's Lily. Like what?
I'm sorry about that.
Aren't you supposed to be getting married like today?
Well, that was what my mother wanted, but I'm not really inclined to.
He motions to follow out of the storage area since it smells like noodles, apparently.
Hi guys, how's it going?
At this point, we can assume that Recluse probably interjects something, and as he always does, and there is probably conversation like, "What are you doing here?" But I'm the only one that makes that.
Perfect.
Oh God!
Any recluse is here to refute it.
He slams his knee against the bottom of the table. Like, Lily, I don't mean to tell you what to do, but, isn't this going to get you in trouble?
Oh, it'll be
not-
fine.
not-
I left her a note, I swear.
A note. I mean, not that you weren't helpful when you were with our party, but, I mean, why would you want to come with us?
Well, I figured I've ventured with you guys before, and you were leaving anyways, so yeah.
It's not going to be, quite the life of a princess, as you can see. She probably has like a noodle over her head right now. We have, we have fairly limited space here. We've been talking about upgrading the living quarters, but it's not exactly the royal treatment.
I will make do with whatever is here. Anything is better than being married to an elf I don't know. Well, I won't say anything. There was that wizard in town. See, I got this ring. Theoretically, the queen will not know where I am.
Theoretically.
I assume that she could possibly overpower its strength. I mean, these kind of things aren't foolproof, but it was the best I could afford.
Oh boy. Vausten, rubs his temples and he kind of looks at the rest of the party.
Bunko doesn't care. Bunko has other things he's doing right now.
You mean she? Wow.
She's your girlfriend, man. Whatever.
Is that what Icebone says?
Yep.
Oh god.
I don't know where you got that impression.
Yeah, Valsen puts his hands up and he's definitely very embarrassed. He's like, no, I don't...
Lily puts her
What are you
hand.
talking about?
Lily puts her hand to her face and then realizes she's got a noodle and slowly pulls it off. Like what
Sarah
am I
looks
doing
at
here?
the noodles and then decides they shouldn't be put to waste and starts brewing spaghetti.
Oh god. Well, I mean, you helped us, so it only
Lily
seems right
eyes
for us
the
to help you.
remains of the dragon steak, and her stomach rumbles loudly.
It only
You kind
seems
of
right for
already
us to
helped
help
her
you.
with Finding Thistle and all that.
No, that was her helping us. She had no use for Thistle. Like, Thistle was her friend. She told us about Thistle. She's basically just helped us do everything and not...
Okay. Well,
So if...
and despite your protest, I still believe that you have the hots for it.
Oh god. If this is what you want, I don't have any objections. Whether your mother will or not is another matter. But we are leaving. We're heading to the Dwarven lands right now.
I jump up and say, "Hey, Lily,
Yay.
I want to show you a room upstairs."
I would I would caution.
Lily has had past opinions about Bunko already.
Oh, well, upon seeing Lily taking the smart route, Valson just doesn't say anything. Like he approves.
Lily's gonna sit down and try to eat something because she's been in that crate for like 16 hours.
Really?
Yep.
Oh God.
Remember when I said that they were loading goods?
Oh yes. Wow. Valson will sit down and get the story of how she stowed away. And
Oh, I spent like a week trying to get this ring made. You don't want to like when you walked in on me. I was trying to get the better ring, but that didn't go so well. I'm pretty sure he cast some kind of spell on me because I really don't like him. But I was being awfully friendly to him at that point. And
Remember
after
a while
that,
ago when
got-
I said that, hey, I have this scroll of charm person. That might be useful.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got Gadget to make me this ring, and I paid the dockmaster to speed up the ship because otherwise you guys
Oh,
were
that was
leaving
you.
on, you were leaving on the same day when I was supposed to get married, and I thought that would get complicated. But I have no intention of marrying some elf named Lasalle that I have never actually met.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you've certainly earned your place on the ship if you want it.
Are we going to the dwarf lands?
Yes. We have something
Well, that could
of a
be
mission.
interesting. I've never been there before.
Yeah, and they're not too likely to be fond of an elven princess, considering the situation. So, might want to not.
Well, that's the
explain
thing,
that to
right? They
everybody.
won't know I'm a princess unless you tell them, right?
Just
That is
reminding
true.
you. Just reminding you.
I suggest to the party that maybe we could just kill the queen.
Lily's
Dawson
gonna look
just-
at you aghast.
Valson just sighs.
Oh, that would
Doesn't look at Bunko. Just he waves his hand at Lily like just
Kind of
don't
like just
pay attention.
stares at you,
That
frozen
would
there, with a
solve
bite
the-
of dragon steak halfway to her mouth. Like what?
Where's the profit in that?
There's the. Well, we can sell stuff to certain parties and make a profit off of that.
Pay her no mind.
Well, just a suggestion. I mean, that would get the.
Lily's gonna get up and go apologize to Sarah, and ask her name, and apologize for thinking that she was a monster.
I am Sarah de Haverlim de Fairlin. And she bows to you with a spatula in one hand.
I will
As she's
bow back and tell her
as she's-
that I am
as she's
Liliana
cook-
de
as she's-
Silverania,
As she's
Right,
cooking
then.
spaghetti.
and that my name is just as long as hers.
You eye the pot of spaghetti.
I've already been eating some. Well, I was eating giant steak. I guess I'll eye the spaghetti. So that looks delicious. Despite I having been sitting in it for the last 16 hours.
Out of 10. It's okay spaghetti.
This is pretty good, and I pat her on the head.
The first time I made spaghetti, but it couldn't see go to waste.
Why do we have a McDonald's?
I don't know. I don't know
Go
why it's there. Drops into oblivion. No, I do most of the cooking around here because I wanted to help, and I can't do much else.
No, maybe you can teach me to cook.
Oh, I said it could. Lenora knows more, but she doesn't want to do the cooking.
Oh, what does she do?
I don't. She's a bard, so I guess she sings. Entertainer.
Not singing now. I guess she's eating.
She's in the captain's quarters right now.
Lily, if you want to learn something, I can show you something.
She gives you a look.
The oldest profession.
I think I'll stick with cooking, thank you.
That sounds like a wise decision, Sarah.
Depends how many ones she rolls cooking and how what you guys do.
I'll talk to you later. I have things to discuss with them out there.
Okay. The spaghetti will be really done soon.
I would love to have someone it is.
I'm gonna love how like a week into our travel, our stores are just gonna be completed because she's practicing cooking 24 hours a day.
No, she's practicing on the purple worm. If she can make it taste good, she's on a good track.
Well, that's just the storeroom. Storeroom upstairs. There's probably more, but that's just like the kitchen storeroom.
All right, Bunko's gonna go back up to her room.
So technically, that room you're using is probably the wheelhouse.
Oh, it's a crow's nest.
You guys can use it as a wheel room if you want.
Just gotta
I think-
disinfect everything.
I'm pretty sure Star was intending to turn what is the current wheelhouse into a lounge.
Oh, I wasn't. I was thinking the one at the bottom.
Oh, the bottom right one. Didn't Clyde? You had a picture of that, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the current wheelhouse.
Yeah, I didn't think that would have been the main bridge. I thought it was also spacious enough to where people could actually lounge in there on the.
I have several
bottom
pieces
level.
of art for lounges.
It's looking more and more like a lounge every minute.
This is what it currently is. We'll see how to make that bigger.
Yeah, like
Possibly
currently
this.
it's just a big wasted space. I don't know why we need 2 bridges.
There's the lounge area.
Oh, nice.
Don't know where you want to put that, but that's the piece of art I have
See,
for one.
this was supposed to be the area you're sitting in right now.
Oh, it is?
With this end being an open, I actually get my pointer back now. This was supposed
Wow.
to be a window.
Our airship is much higher quality than
Yeah,
I
it
thought.
doesn't look like that yet, but it could if you wanted to spend the money.
This down here is the wheelhouse. Do you see the staircase? Staircase.
Yep.
See what you do. Random images that happen to fit.
Well, we can discuss modifications later.
Does that mean we have all the same alcohol over there?
You do have
Yep.
some alcohol.
Yeah, never mind. I've got my beers.
Now I have to decide if Lily has ever had any kind of potent alcohol before.
Uh-oh.
Probably not.
What was that one that Atham had with him?
Don't let
Let
her
her-
get her hands on sake.
He may have had some type of weak, like, dinner wine, and that's probably the most alcoholic thing she's ever had.
Why do we have a tasty donuts pouch? And I don't know why those are being weird with facing like this.
It's because we can
Yeah.
only put them on the token layer.
Yeah,
No.
but
See,
they're both on the token layer.
if you hold the shift key and use the mouse wheel on the cup of beer, it spins. But with many of the other tokens, it just changes the heading for the faces.
I don't know. I've got a whole thing full of tavern stuff, which is where most of the CD stuff will come from. You can get them too if you want. They're the it's a Greytails Tavern Pack or something like that. Yeah, Tavern Pack by Greytail. It's Grid 200. Got a bunch of stuff in it.
I don't know.
Oh, I have it. Yeah.
Anyway. So Lily has joined a group, so I guess you all bed down for the night. Continue on.
Yeah, we make sure she's got, you know, an actual room
Lily,
or
how
whatever
do you
we do on
respond
the
to being
ship.
bunked up?
She'll take whatever's offered because we've only got like the 2 rooms right now.
Well, there's the captain's cabin.
Yeah, I offer that. I offer the room I'm in.
I mean, the captain's cabin is this one here, and it's slightly more spacious. It has its own bunk and a table and a couple chests area.
That's the captain's room though. She won't take it.
Okay. Right now, Lenara's bunked up in there. Being as she's pretty much been using it for the last 2 weeks. Sarah bunks up in the end one.
I will take the bunk under Sarah.
Alright, so now we have a choice. We can either continue with what I was doing, which would probably run us over, as it's almost 9 o'clock. Or we can continue this next week. I mean, I think Star wanted to do Mech Warrior stuff tonight.
Star's an intent to revenge Dimitri with Fireball.
Yep.
I know there wasn't much this time. I'll probably give out some experience for role playing.
88 points of experience?
80. Just 80.
It'll probably
Oh,
be somewhere
87.
around like 500 or so. I mean, it's not much, but
I usually give 1,000.
all right, I'll give 1,000. That would. You level up, Star.
Huzzah.
Grats. All right.
You feel stronger.
How do I add a portrait to the
Just
Google
be
Docs?
yourself.
Just go to up top. There's an you can I think it's import image. I might have to like change your settings or something. I can do it. It's insert image. I don't know if you have that. I'm the owner of the document.
I got
so
it.
And when you got it imported, you can resize it in the corners, and at the very top, if you grab it, you can move it around. So you might have to make some more rows for it to fit on yours.
Is it McLeod or Foster that's actually hosting right now?
Foster
I'm
is.
hosting right now. Why?
Okay. So you just have to set the layer on different items that you'd want to lock into place, correct?
The layers are basically just different layers. The token layer is what you use to control like
Yeah.
any kind of movable object.
Right.
We as players can only touch the token layer.
Yeah,
Right.
players can only interact with the token layer.
Right. So like in to lock down the
Tables,
Bunkos.
you move them to like object. And hidden is a layer that nobody can.
Yeah,
except
you can
the
use
GM
either
see.
object or background. Background is more for like just background stuff.
Like for example, that table.
Walls.
If I move, actually that table is actually background. Right? If I move this table to hidden, disappears to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like if we were to place something, then we'd have to let you guys know in order to lock it down.
Yes, because
Okay.
you can't move it to the background layer or whatever.
Okay. And you can only have one GM per.
You could have one GM now.
Okay.
There is a GM password that you can set up that lets other people assume GM, but
At the same time, or do you take over?
I haven't tried.
Okay. Like there's
Because anyone who's GM can see the whole map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They gain entire map vision. If because there's a show as player where I can see what the players can see, but other than that, I see the whole map. I think we are stopping for today, and we'll continue next week. I'm sorry if there wasn't any combat this time. It just happens that way sometimes.
Oh, well, it was what we needed to do to move the story forward.
Yeah, we're pretty much done for today.